Hey, if you're watching this episode of the podcast on YouTube, just want to remind you we live stream every Monday night exclusively for first members at roosterteeth.com. If you'd like a 30-day free trial and to join us for our live taping, visit the link in the description below. Barbara, what are you doing? Barbara, stop. Barbara. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast. This week brought to you by Audible, CISO, and Squarespace. Big thanks to our sponsors for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. I'm Gus.
I'm Blaine.
I'm Barbara.
And I'm Bernie.
And I'm Gus.
Yes, I have the end of mine just in case.
So due to the overwhelmingly positive response last week, we're going to start off with a clip show this week.
Is that what happened last week and a lot of people didn't like it?
Yes.
Okay.
Most people did not like it, I would say.
I was saying it has so many mod points.
The possibility.
They're just all negative.
Barbara, you know Gus really well.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He's mad about it.
He's really upset.
Yeah.
You're mad about it.
So
Yeah.
was that joke not funny then?
No, what about that? No, that's fine.
Okay.
What are you mad about?
That we did a stupid clip show.
Oh,
Oh, you're mad that we did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you would be like,
thrilled.
you were mad that the audience was telling you.
No, just proves me right.
But we all knew it was going to be a bad idea. we all knew it.
Well, now we know.
When it first came up, and then we were told, well, we'll see how it does. I'm actually concerned that it will actually, views-wise, perform better than some other shows, and then there'll be justification that we should do more. But let's make a commitment right now. If we ever do another clip show, it's going to be an extra show.
Yes.
We're committing to that now?
Yes.
So, episode
Yes.
480, when we do a
Yes.
clip show and no extra show,
Yes.
bookmark this and
Yes.
send it back.
It's not happening.
You know what I realized today?
What?
Shrove Tuesday is like
It's soon.
a month away.
It's really soon.
Are we going to be in
month and a
Sydney,
half.
Australia when that happens?
no,
No.
it's like mid-February or
Yeah.
end of February.
It's pretty close, yo.
Yeah.
I always love being on
No, I'm saying
podcasts.
to Sydney, Australia, to RTX Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
I love being on podcasts where you talk about themed podcasts that I know I'm not going to be a part of because you guys are like, oh, steaks podcast. And then I'm like,
You can still come and
You
get.
come have pancakes.
no.
You can watch on
Although,
the
to be
stream.
fair,
Well, I woke up
You
this
can make pancakes at home.
I woke up this morning and I remembered I was on the podcast and I was like, I'm going to be at work for the next 13 hours.
yeah.
Mondays.
Days.
Yeah, Mondays are long days.
Then Mad World by Gary Jules. And the camera just started zooming on my face.
Yeah.
I can't sing the melody to that song.
I don't know that song.
So Blaine
around
had a really funny thing happen this week because,
Did I?
your girlfriend left Austin to go back to San Francisco,
Yeah.
and she was tweeting constantly about how depressed you were, like you were all wrapped up in this. I did notice one thing though. One of my favorite things about Blaine is if he eats anything, he tracks it. Like an eighth of a cookie, he'll track it in his little phone tracker
Really? You write it down?
all day long.
No, I have an app.
Until he gets to Sunday, and then he eats an entire home slice pizza, which is, imagine eating a full-size New York-style pizza. and
It's
he
his
eats the
cheat
whole thing.
meal.
Yeah, it's a large every time.
Do you do cheat meal or cheat day?
Cheat day.
Okay.
Just like Sunday's cheat.
So do you
cheat
eat
day.
just one pizza, and that's that what you eat? That's the only thing you
Just
eat all
one
day?
pizza.
Oh, no,
No, I mean like,
you
or do you
have
eat like a pizza at lunch and a pizza at dinner?
Don't you have like
Oh,
a
no.
list of places you go to, like first home slice, and then you get like a milkshake somewhere?
I used
right?
to go to Amy's Ice Cream and get a chocolate milkshake, but that was a little
Did you almost
overboard.
say a cocklet milkshake?
A chocolate
He did.
milkshake.
He
It's
really
just
did.
my favorite milkshakes. But no, yeah, I just keep it to a large home slice pizza. In the morning, I might do like a shake.
keep it.
I just keep it to
keep
one
it to
pizza.
one
That's
pizza.
it.
Yeah.
What's your pizza of choice? Is it mushroom?
Ooh, it's a half margarita, half white pie and spinach. And I go in there, and they know me now, and they're like, "Hey, it's a Blaine." And go like,
Why are the people at home slice all of a sudden Italian?
they're not, but I like to spice up my stories.
It's
They have really good
plain.
pizza.
Spice up my story.
That's a spicy story.
Everybody have a good break?
I felt like I was going stir crazy.
Me
Really?
too.
Yeah, like the last 2 days I was at home, I would just like sat on my couch and did nothing. I was like, I need to get back into my routine. Like I need to be in the routine of coming to work. And
You need to sit still at work.
yeah,
You can't sit
I can't
still.
sit. I can't. I was burrowing through. My ass was burrowing through the couch.
Yeah. I was getting brain fog like real bad the last 2 weeks of just not being at work or having any like mental stimulation.
Uh-huh.
I like being home and I still like being home and on vacation. It's just like I was getting stir crazy.
Yeah, same.
What's your go-to activity at your house when you're there by yourself?
Masturbating.
Is it? No, come on. Is it masturbating?
Well,
No, we learned so much.
No,
I keep making notes that I want to come back to it. Like when Gavin was talking, when were we talking about masturbation?
Like
and Gavin,
every podcast.
and he's like, you don't just start masturbating. Like, it starts itself, was what he was saying.
That
I'll
was-
have to wait till he
That
comes
was on
back.
the live show that we
That's
talked
what it
about
was. It was on the live show. And I got to come back to that. Like, he said he's never thought I should go masturbate and go masturbate. It's just like his body tells him it's time to.
Well, how
that.
does it
He said
initiate?
he waits till he gets hard from something and then he's like, I'm gonna masturbate now.
That
just
makes
on his
sense.
own. Just like, yeah.
I shit you not. Like I think I was in the shower the other day and I was like, I should probably masturbate. And then I just went and got porn lotion. I was like, yeah, here we go.
It's a health thing for guys. You guys need to clear out the tubes once in a while.
I
Barbara,
think it was.
Barbara, is Aaron telling you that? Who's feeding you that
My
information?
balls will fall off because they'll turn blue.
Yeah, you guys can die from blue balls, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's like you have to do it all the time or anything like that, but like once in a while,
What
you
happens?
can't,
What happens if we don't clear the tubes out?
Go ahead.
you'll have wet dreams.
That is true. That is true.
So it's important if you don't want to wet the bed with your semen.
Yeah.
I also I can't focus really well. So if I'm like working on something and then I just do one out and then you're good. You can focus and stuff. Like I always feel like I have.
What's
really
the
good
when you
focus.
did the head shake and you said the What's the Because that's the part with Gavin.
What do you mean?
Well, you saying I'm doing my work and I can't concentrate, and then and I gotta go rub one out. Like, what is that?
It
What's your
could be
trigger?
just like a passing tweet or Instagram. It's like, oh, boobs. Oh, boobs. And then you just kind of sit there and you're like,
This is my life now.
boobs. And then you go and yeah,
Off you go. Bada boom, bada
Weirdly
boom.
enough, it's like the same thing for me.
boobs.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
If I see a nice pair of boobs, I'm like, ready to go.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Sometimes, yeah,
Follow Gus. Do you have an Instagram, Gus?
No,
sometimes
I don't
just
have one
make-
either.
I feel like I missed Instagram.
You still have time.
I feel like I did
Yeah.
too. I just don't feel like I should. I don't know. I don't feel like I should be taking pictures of anything.
I don't know why I got mine either.
I feel like with Instagram, I never think I can take a photo of something that's important enough for me to want to look at or to share.
Or you just post it on Twitter.
Right, like a Twitter, I can text, I can do. That's fine. I can type something
Do
dumb,
you ever
but
post photos on Twitter?
rarely.
They do way better.
Rarely.
Photos on Twitter?
An engagement level. No, I think Instagram. It's like Instagram's got a pretty high engagement rate versus
Yeah.
sub counts.
Well,
Like
the thing
people
is-
like stuff more on Instagram. I don't know why they like it less on Twitter.
Instagram is easier for like archived stuff. Like if I want to go like find a tweet you made, it's impossible because
Well,
I have to go through.
Bruce
everything.
told me something stupid about Instagram, and please
Go fucking figure.
tell me if this is true or not.
Bruce said something stupid.
No. Bruce said he pointed out something about
Are
Instagram.
we telling you if it's true if Bruce told you or that's
No, but whether or not this feature is true. He said that on Instagram,
False, you did not talk to
cannot
Bruce.
search for anything unless it's hashtagged.
You can search for a user.
So like,
just search on Google?
if you put a picture up and you caption it like, "This is my breakfast." If you go to Instagram and search for breakfast, that will not pop up unless you
It'd have
type
to
in
be a
"This is my
hashtag.
hashtag breakfast."
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So on Instagram, there's actually
How do we
a
get a hash brown
few
breakfast?
methods of searching. There's
What was that?
that was my name. I just searched my name.
Okay.
There's people, tags, and places that you could search.
So you can't just search for a word like that someone had in a caption.
Right. It has to be hashtag.
That's dumb.
Can you search for a bird? Bird. The bird is the word.
I wanna come clean about something.
Did you just have a stroke?
It's a good song. What's up, Bernie?
I think hashtags are important.
Did you have to bird,
Right.
bird?
I think tagging people, it's too aggressive. I don't like when I'm tagged and stuff.
Like in a photo?
Just I don't like it. I think tagging is too aggressive.
What if someone is talking to you and they at you?
That's different on Twitter because that's like addressing it to someone. I don't feel like that's what tagging
Are you
is.
saying it's too aggressive on Twitter or Instagram?
Well, you can also tag on Twitter. Like if
In a photo?
you tag somebody in a photo,
It's too aggressive.
it's too aggressive. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I never have liked it. I don't like it.
I think that actually adding someone while there's a picture is more aggressive than tagging because tagging, unless you pull up who's tagged in that photo, it won't tell you, I don't think.
Well, if you
I mean, I'll
if
have
you
them at, like-
reply to the tweet, it actually pulls up all the names that are tagged.
True. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I feel weird about tagging people in tweets because then when someone replies to my tweet, everyone's gonna be on the chain forever.
Forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when you send a group message,
Yeah.
they won't fucking stop. One of the best features I ever discovered on the iPhone. I don't know. I haven't gotten to play with my Google Pixel all that much, but is that you can do not disturb a conversation. So the conversation will still keep going, and you just have no idea, and you can go catch up with it later. I like that a lot.
That's my favorite feature of Twitter is because you can drop a bomb, mute conversation, you won't hear anything about it.
Or just block people.
That's too much effort. I don't care about them.
Wow, really? You don't care about the people who come at you?
Yeah, no, it's useless.
There was a dude I had blocked for some reason on Twitter, and he was suddenly there was a conversation that was very weird that was taking place, but I couldn't see the person that was in the middle of it. So I saw like every other
One side.
response to this thing, and I'm like, what is this? And I looked and I saw that I had one of the people in the conversation was blocked, and so I was like, I unblocked him. It's like one of those things you never know. I wish you could write like just 7 characters why you blocked him.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I guarantee it's because, most likely it's because if someone sends me a picture saying this person looks just like you, I automatically just block that person. I don't want that photo. I'm done with it.
Again, you've probably seen that photo 100 times.
I probably am.
I feel like that's a little harsh.
For audio listeners, I got a haircut, and so I think I'm actually going to change more and more about the way I look because I'm genuinely tired of getting photos of every fucking guy who's got glasses and a beard. I'm tired of looking at pictures of guys with glasses
You
and
should get
beards.
LASIK then.
Speaking of which, what is your deal? What is going on
I've
with you?
explained to you my deal.
He's
So
upset about
because of the
clip show.
VR.
Right.
What's
So
up?
whenever I know I'm going to be using VR for a while, I'll put contacts on.
Yeah.
And so I'll have the headset on because I don't want to wear my glasses with them. And then if I'm running around and I have to take the headset off for a little while, but I know I'm going back, I'll put on glasses with no lenses.
And so I found Gus walking through the parking lot the other day. He had glasses with no lenses.
Trying to be you.
Which, by the way, I immediately noticed it. I didn't know it was that noticeable. I always convince myself it's not that noticeable. It's very noticeable.
You noticed it, and
I was like, what are you doing? What is this? And he explained what it was, but I wasn't listening to the explanation, obviously, because I was just waiting for him to finish. And I go, that looks terrible.
and I said, I've been telling you that for years. I've been telling you that.
Yeah, it looks the exact same on both of you. I'm sorry to break it to you.
I know, I feel you. I just got used to wearing it on camera, so I can't stop. And then they make me fucking pop them out every time I do a live action shoot, and I never
Reflections, dude.
put them back in.
Yeah.
Do what?
Reflections.
I know. That's how the whole thing
Justin
started.
Timberlake
But it
song.
was weird that like I had such a hardcore rejection of you doing it after I've done that for fucking years.
Yep. Well, you're the one who had LASIK. You can just take your glasses off.
I can watch.
Who's that?
There. Now you're not every other dude with glasses and a beard. Oh, now you are.
Just
yeah.
do with a beard.
What else do you want to do to your face
Dude.
to modify it so that people won't do that?
I don't know.
Shave?
What
Tattoo?
else do you want to do to modify?
Oh, yeah, facial tattoo. Because like
cool-
get a Mike Tyson.
Get some chops, bro.
All right. Chops, killing me mutton chops.
Dude, I saw a video on Facebook today of it's a goatee
Mhm.
shaving kit. It's this thing you put in your mouth. You
look
hold
like
it in your mouth,
Bane.
and it covers this part of your face, and you shave everything else, and it gives you the perfect goatee outline.
You look
The
like
perfect
Bane.
goatee is not a goatee. I'll tell
I
you right
agree.
now.
I was
Yeah.
waiting for you to bring that up.
Hey, broadcast Mike, right? You have a goatee. How's that
He doesn't
going
have
for
a
you?
goatee. He doesn't have a goatee.
Have I got a product for
What we
you?
call
You
a-
have a goatee.
What we typically call a goatee is not a goatee. I believe it is a Van Dyke. That's actually what that is.
What'd you call me?
Can you watch that language?
I thought a Van Dyke had more of the beard trimmed out.
I'm gonna look this up. We're gonna look
I
up
thought a
beard
goatee
types.
was like the whole, or is it just the little chin thing?
Oh,
There,
Oh, there
that
it is. How'd you find that so fast?
They're good, dude.
I was born in the hair.
It's called Goatee
Molded by
Saver.
it.
Goatee saver.
I didn't shave until I was but a man.
Keep going. One more.
So is there?
No.
That reminds me. Is there some game now, like some board game, where you put like some weird thing in your mouth and you try to talk? Have y'all seen that?
Miles had it. He
Oh,
played it with
it's-
some people.
It's like the dental thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Oh, I don't know.
You guys like hang out with people and do fun stuff, so I thought maybe you would know.
Yeah, we played some King of Tokyo game the other day. That was fun. Never played that game. It sounds like fun. Let's try it sometime. You guys want to
King
get
of
a
Tokyo?
No, the.
It seems unhygienic. Like
Well, I think
Why?
everyone has their own piece.
so, like you
Game
bring
to
your
game?
own.
No, like the game comes with. I assume you wash them in between uses, but I think the game
Sure.
has
Yeah,
like
people are
4 or
doing that.
5 mouthpieces.
But still, like breathing in air directly. Is that what you think is unhygienic?
I don't know, just like you got
Well,
that shit in your mouth.
it's
You're
going in your
drooling
mouth.
all over it. You like pull it out, and you got fucking drool like
Explain
a
it to me.
string of
Explain it to
saliva.
me.
So it's one of those things that dentists use to keep your mouth open. It's like plastic. I think it's usually when they're doing X-rays.
Oh
You
yeah.
look like Predator.
It's
a
like
retractor.
it pulls your whole mouth open. So
Right.
I think there's a board game. I don't know the details because I only saw Miles' tweet about it, where it opens your mouth like that, and you have to try to read something or say something, and people probably have to decipher what you're saying.
Hey, there it is.
Speak up. I guess
Kill us, please. Oh God, it hurts.
Whatever this
Yeah.
game is brilliant because I see photos of this shit constantly.
Yeah.
It seemed to be this Christmas like everyone got a copy
This
of that.
and the Pie Face Showdown.
Oh, by the way, go back to that photo. Well, how did they get this bootleg Ghostbusters shirt this dude is wearing? That's not appropriate.
Who are you gonna phone call?
Who you gonna text?
Who are you gonna ring?
Ghost chasers.
All right, I'm looking up male
Wraith hunters.
hair types.
Spirit chasers.
This is too much. A petite goatee is just the
Oh my God.
the little bit. The stole patch is the little square here. Let me see here. Goatee does not include. Technically, a goatee does not include the mustache. It's just this.
Just the chin
Oh,
part.
so then
yeah.
Doctor Strange. No, Doctor Strange is a goatee. Who's a character that has a goatee?
Would you ever wear a goatee?
I used to back when I was like shaving, really growing out my facial hair.
Yeah.
Cause,
Yeah, it's a Van Dyke.
I
Yeah.
feel
Van
like you
Dyke.
should try the mutton chops. Like shave everything like that would be that goatee saver thing.
What?
Give me a trimmer and I'll do it today. Like now.
Mutton chops?
Nice to be right about.
Yeah,
something.
like just keep these things.
If we have a trimmer on set,
Do we have
then
a
we'll
trimmer?
it. We can take this to
Oh,
extra
geez.
life levels.
There we go.
Ooh.
There we go. So
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's the Van Dyke. Yep.
No, the Napoleon. I can't read this.
that's normally what you associate as being. Oh, Barbara's.
What is the ordering system that they went with here?
Yeah, it's just random.
Why would they do that?
Napoleon.
That's the Napoleon.
It's
the
making
Third
me
Imperial.
irrationally angry.
Yeah, you're
What
fine.
is the organizational system here?
Blaine wants to go masturbate.
Like the order of the facial hair, or the why they're called what they're called.
The order.
Do we really need to point out that on my chart, which is not this chart that I have on my laptop, I also have in the right-hand side of the second to last row, they have a Dali, like a Salvador Dali mustache with a whoop big one. That's one dude's facial hair.
Yeah, you've never seen that
else,
again.
Nobody else done it. More people have done Hitler's mustache than have redone Dali's
No, I
mustache.
saw a dude at the gym that had one of those.
With the zings. Now, all the way out. Like his is.
They're
We're also-
a pretty decent amount out.
And he's
Were
at
they
the
curled?
gym. Like he waxed it and did that and
he
went
also
to the gym.
He also so he's this really skinny guy and he shaves his head bald and he'll switch between that and curling it like an old timey man, like one of those
The
boxers.
guy from the meme.
Or yeah, one of the guys that like lifts all the weights and goes hup hup. He doesn't pull it off though. He's too skinny.
Have you ever thought
we're
about
in
that? Have you ever
Austin.
thought about going to the gym in like the leopard unitard that only
Absolutely.
goes over one shoulder?
One of the things that I wanted to do, I don't know where what content this would fit into, but I want to go to the gym dressed as Ivan Drago and have a bunch of scientists follow me around and just be writing down like statistics while I'm lifting weights. Like,
They have you that put a breathing mask on you and all that stuff.
no,
they
those
do
are
with it?
fucking stupid.
That'd
the
be a
breathing
great
masks.
hidden camera
I
thing.
guess he does have that in the
Yeah,
movie.
that's in it from the movie.
He's got- well, he's
You're
got-
describing what you would do.
Well,
no,
he's
that
got-
distributes.
stupid guys.
No,
No,
that's
no, no.
stupid.
Okay, so that thing tests like his I guess how much his air. I don't know.
How
There's
much
like
is
the NFL players wear these masks and they're supposed to be altitude masks and those are the biggest load of bullshit ever.
What is that supposed to do?
They're supposed to basically make it to where it's like, oh, you're in low altitude settings and it makes your lung capacity like greater and you train harder and you produce more red blood cells. But all it does is just deprive your body of oxygen and it decreases your gains basically. Like your performance drastically decreases when you're wearing
Mad
those.
gains, bro.
No, it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's
I
just
agree.
a trend.
Someone told me my sneakers look stupid tonight, and I actually agree with that. They seem weirdly out of place
Yeah,
tonight. I'm gonna do this.
They're too orange.
What's that?
They're too orange.
They're too orange for these socks.
These also
I'm a little
look kind of
embarrassed by.
orange.
Look at that move. I'm a
More
little
so
embarrassed
than
by the
usual.
orange color with these
Color balance.
red, white, and blue socks. So
It's also frustrating for us because every one of these TVs that we look at looks different.
Hey Gus, do you think we'll
I
have
tried to cross
this
my feet in the
moment-
most like effeminate, petite way ever, and it actually worked. It was just like
What were you saying?
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out what moment from this podcast will be in the 2017 clip show. I'm just really looking
stop
forward to
it,
that.
stop it, dude, stop it. It'll be the clip of us saying we're not gonna make a fucking clip show.
Yeah, it'll just be
and then
that.
straight into the clip show.
It'll be the shortest clip show ever. That'll be the only clip.
Be
Did
like
you watch
an
it?
Always Sunny intro.
Yeah.
Was I in it? Oh, you didn't watch
Yeah,
it.
we
Go
actually,
fucking watch it. Give us the view.
You
fucker.
were in it because
Nah.
I think we did a segment on when the kids took over,
Oh yeah, you were.
That's
on
a
it.
good one.
and it was one of
a good
my
podcast.
favorite podcasts actually. When you assholes weren't here.
If you guys need to leave, we'll take care of it.
Take a fucking leave.
Just have the fun, Not like leave. Like if you want to take a week off.
We've been. I feel it feels a little weird to be doing the podcast tonight because I don't think we've been live since December 19th.
We did a pre-recorded one.
The
When that
26th,
went,
the
yeah.
second.
And we
Yeah.
did that clip show that did really well.
Stop the fucking clip show. Let's not even talk about it anymore. It was a mistake.
So widely.
we should
accepted.
acknowledge when we make a mistake. We made a mistake, and let's never do it again.
Yeah.
Everybody on board with that?
Yes.
Yep. Sorry.
It's got
So-
a lot of dislikes.
I was in,
No, I'm gonna
what
do it.
did?
That video.
Yeah, it has like negative.
Oh, did it? Yeah. Well, I don't know how. I mean, I understand. Just read the comments. You can feel the dislikes. So, Bar, put your glasses down. Excuse me. A little burp into the microphone. there. So, one of the things I noticed today in a meeting that I was in with Barbara is that Barbara, when she wears glasses, these glasses in particular, it looks like the movie version of the Pretty Girl, and they try to make her like not look pretty by putting glasses on her, but you're like, obviously that's a very pretty girl. And then she can take off her glasses and be off.
I'm sexy all of a sudden.
My glasses.
You're like on the floor scrounging around for them. Oh.
Yeah,
It's like the thing in the makeover of like a movie, and then they're like the final touch. She's gorgeous.
As a lifetime glasses wearer, I was always insulted by stuff like that.
Yeah. Those don't look good on
Apparently, if you want to see a
They
dolly,
look good in Blaine. They look really good.
Why?
I would
Thank
just
you.
like make the bottom darker.
Ugh.
They look good on you.
Yeah, they're dirty.
Dude, clean these fucking things.
I don't know how to take care of glasses.
just clean them. You
With
do that
what?
thing. You've seen it with the mush.
But with my sweater,
thing.
that's all pilly?
One of my favorite moments ever was when George W. Bush was on David Letterman. And, in the commercial breaks, they're just sitting there in their chairs. And obviously, they're going to give the sitting president of the United States of America 2 segments on the late night talk show. So they went to a commercial, and they were going to come back. And they actually played what happened when they went to commercial break, where somebody came over to Letterman's desk to give him notes or whatever. And George W. is just sitting there, and he has his glasses on, and he takes them off, and he cleans his glasses with the woman's shirt that is helping David Letterman. And it just seemed like the most who cares? He's the president, so he's probably used to people helping him do stuff or whatever, but it just seemed like the most out of touch thing to me ever, that he was just using this woman's shirt to clean his glasses.
That's bizarre.
Almost like she was an appliance of some kind.
Tomorrow I'm going to use your shirt to clean my glasses at some point.
Well, do you know what your prescription is?
It's sad. It's 0.25.
What are you wearing glasses
Poor
for?
soul.
It's for
squint.
computer reading. It's because I've had eye strain really bad on the computer.
Show me how you use a computer. You like this? That's Ashley,
Don't
by
be
the way.
mad.
That is exactly what Ashley looks like every single
probably-
moment she plays a video
She
game.
probably needs glasses.
It's like this furrowed brow. Just the
I didn't
entire
realize
time.
I was doing it until I put the glasses on, and I was like, I don't
Oh
have
my
to do that.
god. Oh
Oh,
look.
is that from Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
That's Poison Ivy, right?
Oh man.
Aaron took a picture
Uma
of me
Thurman's so
at
hot.
dinner the other day where I
movie
was
was
wearing a
terrible.
black turtleneck and my glasses, and he said I looked like Vicky Vale. from
Oh,
Batman.
yeah.
I saw that and I
saw
agree.
that.
Yeah, it was. And then I saw a picture, and I was like, "You're not."
So
far
they
off."
just showed a picture of Uma Thurman playing. What's the professor that turns into Poison Ivy? Does anybody know off the top of their head?
No.
Anybody? Smart guys in the box? No? Nope. So
We didn't
One
have
time
someone
when
nerdy.
you
Uma
John
Thurman
Rising.
might be. Let me think about this. I'm trying to think of the actress who's got the widest spectrum of can play really crazy, ugly, but can also is enormously beautiful as well.
Oh.
I'm
I
think,
get-
Got you beat.
Yeah,
you thinking Charlize Theron?
No.
that's gonna say
Halle
Charlize
Berry?
Theron.
Oh wait, no, she does in Monster. She's
Yeah, but I feel like they did extra stuff with her. Not that they didn't there with Uma Thurman.
who
but-
was like the source, the enchanted one from Doctor Strange, the bald person.
Oh, Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton goes from like, oh yeah, she's not bad looking to like, oh
She does
Tilda
look like she
Swinton.
came from the another plane of existence, though.
yeah.
I never
she-
thought she was like hot though. Like she's a pretty woman, but I've never thought of her as like Charlize Theron.
She wouldn't
like,
derail your afternoon if you saw her on
Exactly.
On
If I
Instagram.
saw a picture of her tits, it would be like, guess I could knock one out, but I don't really want.
You're not running for the. You're not running, for it.
I'm not running for the pussy.
Charlize Theron's a good one though. Yeah.
For a long time, whenever I saw Tilda Swinton, I thought that this was the casting process by which you cast Tilda Swinton. They're like, well, we need somebody for this role. Who do we need? Well, Kate Blanchett is busy, so I guess we'll just get Tilda Swinton. Doesn't it feel that way to you? Like she's
Yeah.
like, she felt initially when she first started becoming famous, I felt like she was a knockoff Kate Blanchett. Which, by the way, Matt fucking Hullum, he has the ability to ruin movies for me. He's ruined a couple of
Like spoiled them?
dude, no, just like, hey, have you ever noticed in this thing that? I'm like, you just fucking ruined this entire movie. We talked about the podcast with Star Wars. We showed it to Blaine. Darth Vader does this frump.
The frump.
Did we talk about it in the podcast too? Did you know that? I'm about to spoil Empire Strikes Back for anybody.
Boys, don't do that.
David Prowse, am I saying, is that right?
Yeah.
David Prowse, who plays Darth Vader. He apparently is not allowed to do conventions anymore because between Star Wars and Empire, he did a convention where he did a Q&A, and he was telling everyone in the audience, you're going to love this movie. There's so many cool things that happen. We learned that Darth Vader is Luke's father. He completely spoiled probably one of the biggest twists in cinematic history, but because there was no internet, it didn't carry, but it was printed in the newspaper.
I don't think that's true. I always heard that he didn't know the correct line. That the line he read while he was acting was,
Dude, I think we're having a duplicate
killed your
conversation.
father.
over what we
Obi-Wan
had before.
killed your
yeah.
father.
And I could have sworn I've seen David Prowse at San Diego Comic-Con. It's been a few years, but I could have sworn I
That's
saw him
a
like
see
10
it.
years
thing
ago.
because
Yeah, that
I
movie,
heard that too, and then I also heard that right before the scene when Lucas went up to Mark Hamill and was like, "Hey, this is what's happening," and then like he was like, "We're the only people that know it." So
Mhm.
there was like
Uproxx is reporting it as real.
Uproxx, is that a reliable source?
I don't know.
What is
It's on the
Uproxx?
internet. They can't, Boy, that guy's got interesting eyes.
Prowse?
By interesting, I mean. Kinda
My
weird.
brand.
Like Marty.
I love that video. Let me read this here. I want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Thanks to Audible.com for supporting this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast. Audible has unmatched selection of audiobooks, original shows, news, comedy, and more. Audiobooks are great to listen to when you're driving, at the gym, or shopping. For our listeners, Audible.com is offering a free audiobook with a 30-day free trial. If you want to listen to it, Audible has it. Just go to audible.com/RT and browse their unmatched selection of audio content. Download a title for free and start listening. It's that easy. Get a free audiobook with a 30-day free trial at audible.com/RT. That's audible.com/RT. I love Audible. Probably our longest sponsor, first sponsor for the podcast. Great service. Should absolutely try them out.
Stupendous, enormous.
I remember when you used to do those Audible reads, like I think when it was still an audio podcast.
Yeah.
Right?
So Patrick says that they have clippers.
What?
Patrick says they have clippers. Oh, and they also that they have a picture of
Oh,
David Prowse
David, no.
at a convention in 2015.
My brand.
But did he spoil it? I mean, maybe the part of it where he
Yeah.
doesn't go to conventions is wrong.
But him spoiling it is right.
I mean,
Maybe he can't appear as Darth Vader.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
So do you want chops?
yeah, we can do Munch Chops. Another a big one. It's not that big of a deal. I grew up back in like a day. Sorry.
Still exciting.
The guy that played Baze in Rogue One, the big like souped up dude with the awesome rocket launcher and cool plasma rifle, whatever.
That's one way to describe it.
He ruined Rogue One at the Star Wars Celebration.
Oh, I heard about that.
because he was on there. Can I spoil that?
I
Everybody's
haven't
seen it,
seen
right?
Rogue
it yet.
One? I don't know, man.
I haven't seen it yet.
He basically
I mean, you can do
said,
whatever you
after this character dies, then my character does this, this, and this, and then everyone was like, and then Gwendolyn Christie who's leading the panel, was like, okay, let's move on. It was the most uncomfortable thing to watch.
Woof.
That panel
good.
was a nightmare.
I'm terrified
so-
about doing that for like Ruby or something on a panel.
You got like a paper that I can do this?
According
that's going
to who is this on Twitter? Gina at Wake Up Tink. Dr. Pamela Isley is poison ivy.
Dr. Pamela Isley.
Yes.
Beer.
All right, fair play.
No, you don't need a mirror.
You should do it without a mirror.
Oh, well, you're gonna get my water away from there.
So Blaine is currently going to give himself mutton chops after one suggested.
So while Blaine is doing that, I want to talk to you about something, Gus. I read something over the break, which made me think of you. And it's
Oh, sweet.
one of the things we talk about is how technology will affect what we do and how we exist. And there was a crazy stat that came out over the break where they did a study. And, they always talk about autonomous driving as being something that will affect industry, affect jobs. But somebody did a study and they showed an impact that autonomous driving is about to have on us that we're not prepared for and will actually cause a crisis in a certain industry. And that is that 1 in every 5 donated organs comes from a car accident. And so there's going to be a shortage of organs for transplant because there's going to be less car accidents, which is a weird thing to be concerned about because someone who needs a transplant is by definition unhealthy. And someone who dies in a car accident is not necessarily. Typically, you associate that as being an accidental death.
Right.
Or whatever. But it's kind of interesting that somebody took the time to look at that and study that.
Yeah, it's like one of those things I never would have thought about. You fighting him.
Yeah, that's a pretty morbid reason.
Yeah, but I like that analysis, and I bring that up because I read about this volcano. There's a super volcano in the world that has started to become slightly active. Which a super volcano, that's a bad deal.
That's bad.
That's a bad deal. And there's a thing that's happened a few times in history. This thing called a volcanic winter, where a volcano will erupt. It'll throw so much ash into the atmosphere that it basically makes winter until that clears. And there was one year in particular they called it the year with no summer.
Was that when Krakatoa erupted?
It was Mount Tambora,
Okay.
stratovolcano in Indonesia, occasioned midsummer frost in New York State, midsummer frosts, and June snowfalls in New England and Newfoundland and Labrador, in which what became a year without summer. And that was the year 1816 is when that happened.
Damn.
Fairly relatively recent history, right?
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine just like, oh, we just skipped summer one year and it's just winter the entire time. And it had huge impacts on the crop population and everything else. Here's what I was thinking. China has now, they say they're going to beat their 2020 solar installation goals. They're going to beat those now next year. Or maybe they mean this year, 2017. So they're well ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
And solar is very quickly becoming the dominant power source on the planet. So you look at the summer without winter and how it affected our life and population and famine and everything else because it was a primarily agricultural culture back then. But what's going to happen when we become so dependent on solar, Gus, and then something like this happens? Like, what would be the impact of losing both the crops and also losing most of our power?
That's like something out of an apocalypse movie or like a post-apocalyptic setting.
Yeah. But it's like I mean, a natural progression of solar becoming more prevalent is you will install solar panels where you need power, and you won't need the public utility infrastructure anymore. So the public utility infrastructure, that's going to have to degrade over time. I mean, that's just a function of solar becoming more popular. So then if one of these events happens, there's not going to be like a backup system to be put in place. I mean, this is all conjecture, but
Right.
There's not going to be this backup system that can put in place to drive power to homes. I don't know. I just got to thinking about that. It's one of those things you never think about the downside of clean renewable energy,
Right.
But imagine a
we
year
have
with
to have a healthy balance of solar and wind.
damn it. Blaine just spilled, very clearly spilled his drink. That looked very deliberate.
Yeah.
That was not deliberate at all.
There were so many.
So
Once again, that was. Okay.
So yeah, I looked it up real fast while we were talking. The Krakatoa erupted in 1883, and it was so loud that it was heard 3,000 miles away.
Wow.
It's thought to have been
Holy
the
shit.
loudest sound ever on Earth.
Mount St. Helens was pretty loud too, wasn't it?
It said that the sound was calculated 100 miles away. The sound was 180 decibels, and that the explosion so it exploded 3 times. Each explosion was accompanied by tsunamis estimated to have been over 98 feet high.
Wow. 98-foot high wave?
That was your mom
3
jumping
of
into
them.
the pool?
Yes.
Nice. Shit. So I'm looking at volcanic winters. There was, it's considered a global volcanic winter, but Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines cooled global temperatures for about 2 to 3 years. Sounds like we could actually use one of these things. At that level, we could handle that. But there was one in 1883. There was one in 1815. There was one in 1783. There was one in 1600. There's one in 1452 or 1453. And that was an underwater volcano. That's crazy to me. Like that's a common major occurrence that happens, and so that's something that could definitely happen again. We could, I mean, if this Italian volcano goes, where's the big one that's in the middle of the U.S.? That Yosemite?
Yeah, I think so.
Yellowstone?
Yellowstone or Yosemite? Yeah. Is it
Yellowstone?
Yellowstone? Yellowstone. So there's the United States sits on a massive super volcano. If that thing erupts, I mean, you think, the U.S. is going to
I
be
didn't know
destroyed,
that.
but that would actually kind of cover the whole. It doesn't matter. Everything's going to die. Throw enough
Since-
ash into the
So,
planet or into the atmosphere.
Real fast, quick rewind. Patrick just sent me a clipping from the newspaper that you said that confirms what you said, where it
May the
has
sequel be
David
with
Prowse
you.
talking about.
Oh. So
Yeah,
it
to
did.
clip,
boiling
to
it.
literally somebody clipped out part of the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Dick, can you imagine being at that panel? You're one of the biggest Star Wars fans ever, and you get something like that.
Reading the
spoiled for you?
newspaper. You wouldn't even go to the damn panel. It's funny too because it
Why would
felt
they put
authentic
that in the newspaper though?
because they probably didn't. I mean, there was no spoiler culture in 1979 or 1980.
It's
What
just
year
like
was Empire?
Revealing the plot to something.
79.
79, yeah.
So 77 was the original.
Yep.
Was it
Or
80?
80.
It was 80, I think.
Yeah.
80.
You should keep those chops for a while. They look good.
Thanks.
So to give a comparison, I said Krakatoa was the loudest sound ever on Earth at 180 decibels. Your eardrums rupture at 150,
Really?
Wow.
and 150 is a jet takeoff 25 meters away.
But it wasn't 180 decibels. Obviously, 3,000 miles away.
Right, it was
That's-
at its peak. What was it? 100 miles away.
What's the loudest man-made noise-making thing?
According to this list I'm looking at,
Okay.
that Krakatoa eruption is actually number 4.
Huh.
The number 1 thing on this list is that that meteor or that comet that exploded over Russia in 1908, and that was supposedly 300 decibels.
Get the fuck out of here.
It was measured with a similar impact of a 1,000 megaton bomb.
That I bet like made birds explode.
Right, just from sound.
Yeah, just like
Yep.
You might be right. Compression of the air might have ruptured sacs inside their body. I mean, they might not have exploded, but,
Would
internally.
it rupture a ball sack?
Whoop. Yeah.
Sacs are the weirdest.
I wonder what happened if that was in water, because water would carry that so much further and much more intensely. The energy of something like that.
Probably just tsunamis all over the place.
So, say the name of the place that I said. It's spelled Newfoundland.
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 How you say it?
Newfoundland.
Yeah, Newfoundland,
Yeah.
right? Someone is very adamantly correcting me that it's not Newfoundland, it's Newfoundland.
Well, it's not Newfoundland, it's Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Yeah, that Newfoundland is how it's spelled.
Yes.
Sometimes things are pronounced differently than they're spelled.
Say the city in Australia, Melbo, etc.
I just say Melbourne.
Melbourne.
I don't go out of my way
Oh.
to like try to be Australian. I go Melbourne.
I say Melbourne.
I just say Melbourne just so that the Australians won't be like
No, they actually. I have the exact opposite experience.
Melbourne.
Was that when you say Melbourne, they're like Melbourne. It's like, oh, how am I supposed to say it? They go, say it Melbourne. And it's like that's exactly what I just said. They can still tell the difference, and they can tell you're trying to do it. So now I'm just like full on Melbourne.
See, I've had
Melbourne,
people be
dude.
impressed with the fact that I've said Melbourne before instead of Melbourne.
I'll be talking about
Australians.
Aaron
They're impressed with
to
it. Dude,
Alana.
Australians.
I'll be like, yeah, Aaron's asked us out for dinner. No, it's Aaron. It's Aaron.
Aaron.
It's Aaron. Well, then how you say like Arryn? She's like, that's all, Aaron. It's like
Yeah.
so small, but it's like
Who are you talking about?
pronunciation of like Aaron. Just like small
Yeah.
things that they.
It's the same for a lot of Canadian accents too.
We have a lot of Annas, Annas.
But that's just like the name is different in that way.
I don't think it is though.
One
I think
N
they're all
as
spelled.
Because if you've grown up your whole life saying Anna versus Anna, it's almost a different name at that point. It's like one of the
Gus?
only names though that
In my mind,
Gus,
Anna is
ruling on
one
this.
end, Anna is two ends.
Whoa.
they're both two ends in my mind.
So the other time we also said it was the volcanic winter caused the summer without winter. It was the year without summer. Is what it was.
Summer without winter.
That sounds like a really shitty.
That's book
romantic
6
comedy.
of Game of Thrones, right?
The Year Without Summer. Starring
What's that, buddy?
Cameron Diaz.
So that's book 6 of Game of Thrones, right? The Summer Without Winter. I thought
I don't fucking know.
for sure
I like it.
that the next Game of Thrones book was going to be out before the last season of Game of Thrones.
So much
Then he
shit.
said he wasn't going to make it. I was like, all right, it'll be out before the end of 2016. Still waiting. Still waiting.
Do you think he just won't do it?
He might not do it at this
They
point.
might just make novelizations of the screenplays.
Yeah, I mean, why? Oh, but I don't even know if they can do that because it's so different.
What do you mean?
The book is
Well,
so
at-
different
at
from the
this
TV show at this point.
Yeah, aren't there like characters that are
Oh,
dead
yeah.
here and not there?
Well,
Pull like a
They're
Walking
totally
Dead with
different
it.
stories.
Lady Stoneheart would be. You just have to get rid of her because she's not in the.
She's not really in the book either. They introduce her and then she kind of does
It's a big
stuff.
fucking introduction.
Right, and then like she's off doing stuff and you hear about it maybe
Yeah.
In the show or in the book?
in the book.
Remember when you shit a brick when I said something about Lady Stoneheart in the show?
Yeah.
Man.
You
That was there reason to
you
be
ruined it.
if people haven't read the Game of Thrones books by now, then that's. I mean, it's what 20 years old. Some of those books.
What?
Isn't the first
I
one?
think the first one was from the
first
late
98.
90s.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
Ashley read the first one when it came out, thinking it was a standalone book, and then she's like, "Fuck, this is a trilogy." She's been one of those people waiting for every fucking book, and it was. I should look it up, but
Why
it
did
was
I
like
think they were from like not too much before the show came
2000s?
out? Yeah, I thought like early.
And it has
2000s
been
maybe.
slowing down with each subsequent book. It just takes longer and longer to
Wow.
come out.
I feel like an idiot. I feel like an idiot. Stupid.
In fact, I think as long as the show's been on the air, only one book has come out. I think one book came out during season 2.
Dance of Dragons, right?
Yeah,
That the last one.
and I think there has not been another book since then.
Fuck those guys.
Which one was Ice and Fire? It's not the first one, right?
That's the name of the
That's
trilogy.
the name of the series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Game
I-
of Thrones
Dinteen
is
totally
the
stole
first
that.
book.
I downloaded the Lord of the Rings movies to watch again because I'd only seen them when they were first in theaters, and that's it. I don't remember anything about them. And we're going to be going to Hobbiton
Hobbiton.
after RTX Sydney.
Yeah, Elise Willems is apparently a huge Lord of the Rings fan.
So I'm trying to catch up on my knowledge by watching them again.
Knowledge is power.
So,
Knowledge is power. I might watch them on the flight.
who'd you meet on the flight?
I said I might watch them on the flight. Lord of
Oh.
the Rings
You should watch them.
to get
Yeah,
ready.
that
for
was
our
it.
trip.
I'm glad you brought it all back around because that's the other movie that Matt ruined for me was Lord of the Rings.
I'm so happy I could bring
so?
a story back to you.
We got it. We're gonna wrap this up.
High five.
What was it? What do you do?
It's a very specific shot. It's when they're traveling into the West towards the end of the movie, which I'm not really spoiling anything by saying that.
Fellowship or Return of the King?
Do they go to the West in Fellowship?
I don't know, nerd. I just haven't watched this in a while.
What are you talking about? Hey, name 3 of the planets that are in Rogue One to begin with.
In the beginning,
Yeah.
there's Jeddah.
Nerd.
I can't believe he doesn't even realize.
I know.
Oh, sorry.
So there's a shot where what does Kate Blanchett play in that? Galadriel?
Galadriel, yeah.
Galadriel. Thank
Galadriel.
you. Newfoundland.
She's the
Galadriel.
garbage bag of.
She's inviting some of the characters on the boat to go to the West, and there's a shot where there's 2 Hobbit characters that get on the boat, and she does this thing, and I'm trying to recreate it into this camera if I can, and then I'll explain it to the audio audience. But she does this, so she's looking down because the hobbits are getting onto the boat. She looks at them, and then she goes back to whoever is watching them all get on. She goes like this. And it's the creepiest fucking look, and it looks like the way Matt says it, she's like, yeah, Hobbit sex, let's do this. You know, it really is super creepy. So she gets this look on her face for the audio listener. She gets like this, like, just horrible, like, smirk, like,
That wouldn't
awfulness.
ruin a whole movie for you. Surely.
It totally ruins it.
Well,
It
no.
totally
It's
ruins
also
it.
like at the very end. It's
Yeah.
all like coming together.
The moment is important.
I would just be. It's like when someone told me that the priest has a boner in The Little Mermaid. It didn't ruin the movie for me. It just made me watch it again and look for that.
Can
Can you
have
watch
it-
the
can I-
end of Back to the Future 3 without looking for the
Looking
kid?
at the little
the
kid
kid
pointing at his
Touching
dick.
his dick.
Yeah.
I'll make
Kid's awesome. That kid's alive today.
Yep.
Somebody needs to interview that kid and go, why?
We should get him on the podcast.
I'm sure he had to go to the bathroom. I'm sure it was like a discreet signal so he wouldn't disrupt a shot.
Yeah.
Or episode 4, whenever the stormtrooper hits his head on that door.
Oh, yeah.
And they added like a dunk.
I mean, they might as well, right?
Yeah.
They're
Own
gonna,
it.
if they're going to use that shot.
Got something else I want to read here.
You read that thing.
Want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is also brought to you by CISO. CISO is the place for comedy. They won't tell you how amazing they are, but we will. CISO is amazing. It's comedy for comedy nerds by comedy nerds. CISO, spelled SEESO, is the new ad-free streaming service brought to you by... I'm going to start that paragraph over. CISO, spelled SEESO, is the new ad-free streaming service bringing you hilarious original series, handpicked classics, weeks of stand-up specials, and more. Bingeable comedy anytime, anywhere with CISO. Every episode of SNL ever, including new episodes the day after they air, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, and Late Night with Seth Meyers the day after they air. And they even have classics like 30 Rock, Parks and Rec, Saved by the Bell. CISO is ad-free and just $3.99 per month. That's less than you paid for that latte or artisan cold brew you're holding right now. And just for our listeners, you can try CISO for free for 2 months when you use promo code RoosterTeeth at checkout. Just go to SEESO.com right now. Sign up for 2 months free with promo code RoosterTeeth at checkout. That's CISO.com, promo code RoosterTeeth. Thank you, CISO, for being a new sponsor for the Rooster Teeth podcast and for bringing people comedy.
I think I got the
People you
number of hobbits wrong. I gave an incorrect number of hobbits. I'm trying to find this.
I believe it's only one Hobbit that goes to the
I
west.
think you might be right. No.
Wait, what is
Okay, embarrassing admission. The last time I cried was at the end of Return of the King when the hobbits are fading to the west. I was fucking
now
crying
you're kind of
in the
ruining
movie
what it
theater.
is.
Like, this is so embarrassing.
I think it's more embarrassing that that's the last time you cried. How
When's
many
the last-
years?
What was that? That's been like 13 years.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, so you're crying because you were laughing, or you're crying because it was emotional?
I was so emotional, yeah.
Wow, you
Oh,
are.
Which part?
When the hobbits fade to the west at the end of Return of the King.
Oh.
Are you getting teary-eyed just thinking about it?
Frodo.
Drinking all that water.
Last time I cried was like yesterday.
I like the part where they had the slow motion scene where they all like jump on the bed with Frodo and they're like,
Oh, yeah.
and then Gandalf's in the corner like, it's so fucking happy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I need to rewatch
There's
these
more than one
movies.
hobbit. There's more than one hobbit. They just get on at different times.
Why are you being vague with the names?
I don't know because Barbara hasn't seen it. I don't want to ruin it, and also it doesn't really know it. All right, hold on. I'm just trying to find it. Go ahead and talk. I'm totally.
It's like
I'm obsessed with this.
So you say you're gonna watch a movie. Do you have any interest in going through the books as well, or are you just gonna stick with the movies?
No, I'll just watch the movies.
I loved the books. I read the books many times growing up. Then I watched the movies, and I went back and tried to re-listen to the books
Yeah.
fairly recently. And I was like, Oh my god.
Trudge.
Yeah.
I feel like it's easier to digest books like that when you're younger.
Yeah. There are
Like my
characters.
attention span has gotten so bad.
There are characters that are cut from the books for the movie. Like, and I was
Um,
like, that was the right choice. Yes, this is moving along a lot better.
Are you gonna watch the series with or without Hobbit series? Like, are you just gonna watch the 3?
Just the 3.
Extended,
I'll get through the 3.
extended edition or regular?
I got the extended edition.
I wonder if anybody has done a cut of all 3 Hobbit movies into like one movie.
Like a 9.5 hour movie.
No,
I think it'd be
no.
longer than that.
Cut it down to 3 hours, like a 2.5 hour movie, because it's a very small book.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, no. Hobbits is 3 movies as well, so
Oh,
it would
okay.
be cut together. It would probably be anywhere between 7 and 9 hours, probably.
I do.
But somebody who cuts it down to like what would probably be an appropriate amount for that book.
What was the third Lord of the Rings movie called?
Return of the King.
I remember distinctly. I don't remember anything about the Lord of the Rings movies, but I do remember watching that third movie in theaters, and I kept thinking it was the end of the movie because it would fade out to black.
Oh yeah.
And I'd be like, "This is the end," and it would fade back into something else, and it's like, next time it fades out, oh, it's the end of the movie. Oh no, it's back in. I remember that happening like 5 times.
It happens a lot of times at the end of that
Yeah.
movie.
I remember even being like in
a big
middle
farewell
school
movie.
or something.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
like, the fuck
young.
is this? Like, I actually said that to myself.
Like Gus was crying so much.
Yeah.
Were you bawling? Like,
No, I wasn't bawling. I was silently crying in the theater, super embarrassed
Were you
for myself.
alone or were
Was
you
Esther
with
with you?
Esther?
No, this was before I had met Esther.
What year was that?
It's 2003, it's a long time ago. I was by myself.
do you sit there bawling your eyes out?
Yeah, by myself in the theater. So stupid.
I cry at so many movies these days.
Oh, I've been. That's what I did a lot on the breaks. I watched a ton of movies.
Did you see?
Oh yeah, did you watch one on New Year's Eve? Did you do that?
No, I didn't.
After you RSVP'd that you were coming to my party, and I even texted you like 2 friends do, and I asked you, "What do you want to drink at the
Cry,
party?
cry.
What do you want to drink at the party?"
And I made you get a really weird alcohol that nobody else.
You
drank.
made me get vodka. That's Russian. They ruined the election, Gus. You made me get vodka, and I had to sit there and look at that vodka all night.
I'm sure someone had the vodka.
I sure did. Yeah. But he didn't come, and I found out he didn't come. It's actually it's a good reason.
He told me why.
Yeah, I
'Cause
just
I asked him about it too.
Fare was too
Like,
expensive.
no, I didn't want to leave.
Fair is our version of Uber in this fucking shitty city.
I feel bad for my dogs. They really freak out at
Oh, we do
fireworks.
too, Gus.
Aw.
And so I didn't want to leave Benjamin alone.
Yeah, you're good
Why
for
don't you
dad.
just bring him?
For dad.
No,
No,
then,
you right call, dude.
then I get nervous about like them
And
getting
Joe the
away.
cat?
Oh, Joe the cat would fuck them up.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want him around Joe the cat.
Yeah.
He's a fucking nightmare of an animal.
That was a good party.
Yeah, they had good snacks. Really good snacks.
We got tiny pies. It's a little bakery and they make small pies.
And Marcus made some what's it called? Like meat for a charcuterie board.
yeah,
Is it just called a charcuterie?
I think so. Just like he dry aged meat in a fridge for 40 days in the prop warehouse, which is stage 2. We're in stage 5.
Oh.
That's the main stage that you see here. And then he brought it. It was so.
I
fucking
wish
good.
you hadn't
So
brought that up
good.
because now I'm like craving that.
I know.
Just
It was
taste
good.
It was like I love like cheese boards and
Marcus.
charcuterie boards and Marcus.
Marcus
But like
lovable.
when you have homemade fresh meat like that, that's just like so perfect
Go ahead.
and just slides into your mouth so nicely.
Just plump.
Just plump, just
and
juicy.
Juicy. Just I love Marcus's
Yeah,
meat.
just throbbing.
Nice, girthy homemade meat is the best. Exactly what you want.
He even made it look pretty.
He did.
Like
That's
it
what
looked
Marcus
like
does.
potpourri or something. I
Nice
was
little
like, this
rub
kind of
on
looks
it.
weird. This isn't gonna taste good. And I was like, oh my god.
I had these cheese tools that are like they're made out of raw iron, and I really liked them. And I've had those
You're a cheese tool.
I've had those cheese tools for like a year and a half. It's finally, and I never remember to bring them out because I always forget that I fucking have them. So for this party, I was like, I'm gonna finally get to use the fucking cheese tools. So I brought the cheese tools out and I used them, and all night I was like, yes.
Yeah. And I was cutting the cheese.
They
They
so
look
good.
they look so good. Ashley threw them in the the dishwasher. They're just they instantly rusted. They look like they're 80 years old.
Oh.
I should have taken a picture of them. They're just fucking terrible.
You brought out your special ice.
Did you like on purpose make the cutting the cheese joke?
Are you kidding me?
Yes, Barbara. Come on, is it amateur hour?
I was just making sure.
But Barbara was want to make sure that she didn't like hop on an opportunity right there.
What's his special ice?
Special ice. He's
I
got
talked to you about this
clear
before, right?
see-through
I'm
ice.
obsessed with making clear ice.
Right.
And because I want to point out something too is that because when I talk about clear ice, I get a rash of tweets, meaning a high number of tweets. Blaine. I get a lot of tweets that explain to me how you make
Jeez.
clear ice, and everyone does it the exact same way. It's kind of like the heavy boots thing. Remember heavy boots? Which is there was this bad science website in the early internet days called Heavy Boots, And it was because it would stem from the fact that there was this common misconception that there's no gravity on the moon, and there's no gravity. So how do the astronauts keep from flying away? They have heavy boots. And it was like this weird thing. People just assume, oh, if you have heavy boots, then you'll stick to the earth, and that's because you would fall faster because your feet are heavy. And the heavy boots moment of clear ice, which is I would just want to make crystal clear ice. That's what I want to do. Everyone says the same thing. So they're like, oh, so you boil the water first. And I'm like, how does that even make sense? If you boil water, how does that make the water pure? I get that it kills
imperfections,
living organisms
Right.
in it, but it doesn't like get rid of minerals and everything else that would cloud up the water. It's not like bacteria that makes your ice
Have
white.
you tried it?
Yes, I have tried it. I did try it just to make sure, and no. And I also, there's a way you can like run it through a Brita pitcher like 3 times, or you can just go out and buy distilled water, or you can use my method, which is fucking dope.
Which is what?
It's
And
like a
the cooler, right?
directional freezing. So I'd have a little cooler. I just do a thing with it. I actually wanted to talk to Hannah Hart about doing a My Drunk Kitchen where we make ice instead of anything else. That seems like the perfect thing to do. I have a little cooler, like a $5 Coleman cooler for lunches. And I took the top off, and then you fill it with water. Oh, there you go. This is the guy that taught me how to do it. So you take this cooler, you put it in the freezer, fast forward 24 hours, and it freezes from the top down, but because it's insulated everywhere else, the bottom's not frozen. So it's like the ice is like on top of like the pond, basically. But all the impurities drip down into the water beneath. And so he's way better at it than I am. He also has a cutting board that fits perfectly in his fucking sink.
Yeah.
I really want to get that.
fuck
So
that
then you go chip, get it. But look at that piece of ice. You can see straight through it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And so I was making clear ice and putting them in people's drinks. I've never made a block that looks that good. I'm so jealous of that guy. Like I've done it like 1,000 times and I still can't get a perfect block of ice.
Maybe he boils the water first.
Maybe he boils the water first.
He captures the steam. He makes it into condensation.
Right.
And then
Yeah, have you
uses
tried
It's
it.
not
both
evaporating the
methods?
water. It's just boiling the water.
You
right?
boil the water and then put it in the cooler.
If I evaporated the water and then recondensed it, then I would have pure water. But just boiling it doesn't make any sense. Like bring it up to a boil, done.
You guys had a little champagne bar that I appreciated quite a bit.
Let me tell you something. I overbought every bit of alcohol for that party because somebody asked for vodka. And I bought too much vodka. I bought a bunch of fucking bourbon. I have 80 limes at my house. 80 fucking limes sitting in my fridge. I have probably like 10 liters of tonic water because nobody drank through that. The one exception was fucking champagne.
Everyone wants champagne.
The
I was-
champagne drinkers destroyed that stuff.
yeah.
I actually have a picture of it. Maybe I can find it and I'll send it
I
to you.
tweeted a picture too.
Oh, did you?
I was drunk when I tweeted that. I don't remember tweeting it.
By the way, Barbara, horrible influence. We went to like 4 a.m, right?
Yeah. We 3:30.
3:30.
not go crazy.
Close enough. I lost track of time.
Wait,
What was?
But we were going strong till like midnight 30. No big deal. Then people start trickling out. Barbara's like,
Yeah.
Barbara fucking
Yeah,
doubles
played with that
down,
too.
dude. Barbara's like, this party's gonna keep going. She doubles down, and then we're there till 3:30, 4 a.m, just drunk. There was like, and we made Chris eat all the rest of the pies because I wouldn't throw them away.
Yeah.
He must have ate like 8 pies.
I don't remember
And those
any
were
of this.
heavy.
Did you become a vampire again?
No, I thought I was
There it
well
is.
behaved.
And that's not even all.
That's
of them.
not even all of it. That's probably half the amount of champagne
And there
that was
weren't that
consumed.
many. Like it wasn't.
We're showing
a
a
lot
picture
of
here
people.
in the.
That's
for
a lot
the
of
audio
champ-
listeners.
I
We'll put it on
do
the link down.
remember when I was like getting drunker, I spilt my bottle or my thing of champagne on Riot and Alana, and they're like, "What
Good
the
move.
fuck?"
Solid
And I was
move.
like, "I'm sorry, I'll go get a napkin." I walked down into the kitchen, I saw napkins, and I saw tiny pies, and I grabbed a tiny pie and came back, and I was just eating it, and they're like,
Where's the napkins?
"Just like it's a tiny pie though."
Those pies are
Didn't-
so good.
Didn't all so like you mentioned earlier, we don't have Uber and Lyft in Austin.
Yeah.
I heard that every ride sharing service that we have in Austin went down. On
Get
New
outta
Year's
here.
Eve.
Well, here's the thing. I scheduled our ride because me, Aaron, and Blaine and Alana shared a car since we were coming from the same place. So I scheduled it earlier that day to come pick us up at a certain time. So we had one ready. And then we left so late that by the time like all the bars are closed by then, people are home from house parties by then. So,
So
like
it was back up.
we
Yeah.
were able to
Yeah.
get one no problem.
Yeah, I heard
But it took
during
us
New
the
Year's
wrong-
Eve, like like the 3 or 4 that we have, like none of them were working.
Wow, that's rough.
That
No, we
sucks.
were fine, but it took us to the wrong place, and I swear to God, I entered in the right location, and it messed up or something. There's like a glitch. I don't know what it was. I wasn't that drunk.
Me and Aaron were in a ride share this past week, and we got in, and we were actually going to the concert that RTX had this weekend, and
Do math.
we're on our way, and I was like, oh, I just got an email that said doors open at 8. I thought it was 7 o'clock.
Oh shit.
Because someone else told me 7. And I was like, oh, like, let's just get the Uber driver to drop us off, like, at a bar nearby.
Yeah.
And so Aaron was like, hey, man, we actually realized we're going to go to a different venue. So, like, do you mind just taking us, like, down that street to a bar? And he, like, didn't respond at all. At all.
Like,
And
just shut down?
Turns out he was deaf.
Oh.
Like, which I, like, great that he could get a job doing that. But, like, you got to indicate that to the people in your car somehow.
Yeah, I think so too.
Put like a sign or something.
A sign, or like even like send a message or something when you pick them up, like just so you know your driver is.
What would
hearing
you have
impaired.
done? Just been, take us down.
He ended us. We
Why
were
don't you
so,
just update it in the app? This is new
Aaron's
location.
Aaron's not that fast or smart.
There we go.
He
Now we know.
We ended up just being awkward.
The deaf and dumb car.
Getting out at the music venue and walking to a bar down the
Jesus
street.
That's the Gus move, dude.
Yep.
That's the bitch Gus
We were
move.
too awkward.
What?
You're just like, oh, I can't bother this guy. I gotta go. I'm
Back
just gonna
when
walk
I
it.
worked retail, that would happen. Is there would be like deaf customers that would come in, and I would just type up, and we would just exchange stuff basically via text.
Yeah.
And just hit. Whoop.
So I realized that he was deaf when like Aaron was talking to him, and I was like looking at the guy, because usually like if someone's talking to you in your backseat, you kind of do like this thing, like where you're looking at them in the rearview mirror, or like you know that you're listening. And I was like, he's not doing anything. He's probably hearing impaired.
I
this is awkward.
was at a restaurant the other day. I was picking up some takeout food, and so like I'm sitting by the front by the register, and this woman walks in to the restaurant, and she walks in, and the employee's there. The employee was like in the restaurant, so she comes up, the hostess was like, "Oh, welcome, ma'am. Can you want to place an order?" And the woman like doesn't acknowledge her, like walks straight to the cash register, picks up a menu and starts looking at it, and the woman's like, "Hi, do you want to place an order or do you want to sit down?" Woman doesn't acknowledge her, just looking through the menu. I'm like, "Oh, okay, woman's probably hearing impaired, figuring out what she wants so she can point at it or something." And then woman look at the menu, then puts it down and goes, "Yeah, I'd like to place an order." I was like, "Why don't you acknowledge the employee who's there, like greeting you, saying something?" Like she just totally ignored her like 2 or 3 times. And then it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna order something." like what a fucking
What a dick.
I have a funny enough, I just remembered something that happened to me today. I was on the phone trying to cancel a membership, and it's like one of those things where you can't do it online for
Porn
some
site.
stupid reason. I hate services where you have to call to cancel.
It's
like,
Frank.
Hey,
Frank. You're very early for the Heroes and Half Witch shoot, Frank.
premiering tomorrow.
What are you doing here?
Just gonna do some editing for the last episode.
Why don't you come run out and just wave, just say hello. Just like do a quick little wave. People want to see Frank.
New season of Heroes and Halfwits starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
or today
yeah.
if you're
And
listening
Frank's
to
working
the
hard.
audio.
Hey, everybody, it's Frank.
Hey,
The DM from
You're not on the camera.
Heroes and Half Witch. Where the hell is
No,
He's a ghost.
It's over there. No, it's over here.
Hey, there he
It's
is.
the gym.
There he is.
Now look for the red light.
I don't even know. Okay.
You're good. You're good. Good to
do-
see you, Frank.
Yeah, good to see you. We need a red light.
Frank,
on
I've
the-
never met
on
you.
the
I'm
gym.
Blaine.
I'm Frank. Nice to meet you, Frank. Nice to meet you.
Bringing people together. Watch out, though.
Oh yeah.
It's
Frank
from
Frank
Blaine.
was actually one of the
He's a dungeon
early
master.
inspirations for Red versus Blue. Frank was on my team at a Halo LAN party at my house in like the year 2001, and he was on my team, and I was just screaming Frank the entire time because he had never played Halo before in his life, and he was doing it.
Yeah, I think that was the first. Wow, that was the first time.
Yeah, so Frank is saying that was the first time. How long have you guys known each other, Gus?
We met when we were in 9th grade, so that would have been
1992.
92. Yeah,
Yeah.
like August of 92.
Wow,
So coming up on 25 years.
Damn.
Wow. And I sat.
it's a lot of Magic the
in front
Gathering.
of You, I think, or next to you, something like that, because I came late to that class because I didn't have all my registration stuff for the first. day of school.
Yeah. You sat in front of me. That was in Mr. Dawson's class, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Frank is here burning the midnight
Dawson's
oil
Creek.
just to get an episode of Heroes and Half Wits out to you all. So thanks, Frank.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
I don't
Hello?
normally look like this, by the way. I just shaved the mutton chops for
What are you
tonight.
doing?
I don't think Frank's
Come
gonna
on.
judge you.
Well,
So
It's okay.
when you hear
Probably
the
like that guy with the mutton chops.
business Frank in Austin, it's a place that serves basically just hot dogs.
Yeah.
oh,
Or
Frank's.
nice hot dog.
Frank.
No, it's not Frank's. It's Frank.
Frank.
It's
It's
Frank.
Frank,
Oh,
right?
yeah, you're right.
Do you think of Frank when you see that?
No.
I every time someone says we're gonna go to Frank and eat, I'm like, you're gonna go to. I'm like thinking, imagine like people just showing up at Frank's house, eating food.
What?
I was actually sorry. Go ahead.
Homosexually, what?
You're
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to cancel something.
Yeah, cancel my membership somewhere. So I had to call up, And
Oh, sorry.
like usually when you call, someone's like, "Hey, like, how can we help you?" And you say, "I want to cancel my subscription." The guy I had on the phone, I think he was high or something was wrong with him.
I like the way you said hi. You sounded high when you said hi.
I think he was high.
Because he answered, he goes, "Yeah, could I get your email?" Like he was talking really quietly, and every time he wasn't talking, it sounded like he hung up on me. So every now and then I have to be like,
Hello?
"You still there?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm still here." It's like, could you like tell me what you're doing so I know that I could get off the phone with you soon? At one point, while he was working on canceling my membership, he didn't know he had himself unmuted. So I heard him talking to someone else going, "Yeah, man, this fucking seat's so fucking uncomfortable. You know, they told me this job would be more comfortable. I get to sit down all day, but fuck, my back is fucking killing me, dude." And he was just going on and on about it. And I was just like, should I like cough or something to let him know I'm still on the phone?
When I worked at the call center, I was always paranoid about that. Like, if I muted a customer, I would keep my finger on the mute button because you could tell it was a little depressed.
Yeah.
I would keep my finger on that button so I knew it was still muted and that I was free to say whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
There's two things you can never hide when you're on the phone. You can't ever hide the fact that you answered the phone in the bathroom. People think they can hide that. You cannot hide that.
I beg to differ.
You can absolutely
You
tell
hear
when
the
someone's
echo.
on the phone in the bathroom.
You hear
Yeah.
the echo.
Your brain, on an evolutionary basis, recognizes the acoustics of a bathroom. And you're like, what are you fucking doing? The other thing I can never do, at least, I don't know if you guys can, is if I'm in bed and it's a respectable amount of time to be asleep, like 7:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m., and my phone rings. Who the fuck's calling at 7:30 a.m.? Probably someone from the East Coast. Phone rings. I wake up, and I'm like, I get out of bed, and I go, la 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 la
Yep.
la 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 la. Hello? Like, did I just wake you up? It's like I can never fool someone
no.
into thinking that I was already awake, or they can instantly tell.
I think it's a time of day that raspiness goes away. I don't think it's you using your voice.
Yeah.
Because if you were to talk for the first time at 11 o'clock, you're fine. You don't have that to your voice.
Well, that's true. You're clearing out the schmuck, the buckets and all that stuff.
So I feel like I hear people try to answer the phone and talk in bathrooms at airports all the time. Whenever I hear that, I try to fart as loud as I can. It's like I just gotta have a rip as loud of a fart as I can and hope that it goes through with the phone. Be like, you can't. I'm not helping you. I'm gonna make this difficult
You
for you to
should
hide.
just like do.
I should do that.
Yeah. And then flush. And then do it again. And be, ugh.
I got food poisoning.
Help! And he
I don't believe in food poisoning. I still don't. I mean, I get it that people have had it, but I still.
I've gotten really good at like, okay, so like I don't want to talk to Alexa whenever I'm on the phone, so I'll mute, and I've gotten really good at timing like when to mute and unmute so that they can't tell the transition. I think editing has helped me actually with that power. But
Like, what do you, like when you're on the phone with someone?
it's like, hello, and they're like, hey, this is a lot of people mute and blah 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 blah, and they'll be like, Alexa, bedroom on, and then they'll go back and like I do it in a way that it seems so seamless that I don't think they ever realize that I put them on mute.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty proud of.
I just wonder why you have to be using your Alexa while you're on the phone. Like, what is so pressing?
Well, it's like you don't want to stall the conversation by giving a command to Alexa.
Well, what do you?
Like,
I
what
mean,
Or you need to flush a toilet. I think that's
the flushing the toilet makes sense,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like, it's not like all of, Alexa, what's the weather? Like, while I'm on the phone.
Alexa, how do I end shitty conversations?
Dude, there's a lot of stuff you could do. I have that device. I don't want to keep saying it because I know people at home probably, some people may have it, and it's just like setting it off like crazy.
Alexa, show me horse dick.
Did you see the funny Alexa story over the
little kid.
The little kid? No,
With the
you're talking
porn?
about the play dicka dicka. That kid who did that. No, it was another little kid who found out, and I'm going to be very careful here in the way I structure this story because I don't want to do what happened in the story. She ordered a dollhouse. So with this product, the Echo, you call it by its name, and you say, order a dollhouse. And it does that. And it puts it in your cart and buys it. News story picked it up, and they reported on it. And the news anchor said, and all she said was, da-da-da, order a dollhouse. Apparently thousands of dollhouses got ordered because she said that on TV.
Oh
That is so funny.
Yeah.
The future.
But you can cancel it, right? Like if you get a notification of some kind. I don't have one of these
I
devices.
think
Major
I don't know.
retailers have refunded purchases made by children playing with phones or computers.
I think you have to
One
confirm.
recent incident occurred in Dallas, Texas, earlier this week when a 6-year-old asked her new family's Amazon Echo, "Can you play Dollhouse with me and get me a dollhouse?" The device complied. Story could have stopped here, but it ended up being on a local morning show On San Diego CW6 News, at the end of the story, Jim Patton remarked, "I love little girl saying blank, order me a dollhouse." According to CW6 News, Echo owners who were watching the broadcast found that the remark triggered orders on their own devices at the
That's
time.
so funny.
Isn't that funny? I almost did that during the Game Awards when Ashley and I presented. I almost did because it was a live streamed thing. I almost walked up. You know, you have to do that, with all due respect, stupid fucking banter that you have to do at an awards ceremony.
Yeah.
And I almost, they gave a script and I was just going to toss that. I said, I got a funnier joke. I was going to go out there. She said, "Hey, we're here to present the award for Best Action Adventure Game of 2016. I go, "You know, Ash, I feel bad because I feel like we left home and I left the Xbox on home and it's just sitting there running, wasting power. I got a solution for this." And I was going to say,
Xbox blank, yeah.
Xbox blank, and then yes. And I was curious, like, how many Xboxes that would have shut off from people watching the Game Awards through their Xbox.
This fucking dick.
Yeah. But I
That would have
really,
been a great.
I honestly couldn't bring myself to do it. And I really, really wanted to do it. But I also knew that, like, those, they work a long time on that show. If I dropped out, like, 25% of their viewers.
Yes, I wonder
never
if
be
they
back
could
on.
watch that graph. Just go, boom.
Yeah, just like, wow, Bama got way better all of a sudden.
dip all of a sudden during your segment.
Alexa may or may not have gone off during sex. Not too long.
Go ahead.
More like a sexa, huh?
Shut the.
Did you call her name out?
No.
Barbara was walking around. She said she called out to the Echo today.
I do. I think about doing it a lot.
Uh-huh.
I rarely actually do it.
She went, okay, but
I went. was
I
just
did it in
gonna
Bed
say
Bath
what-
and Beyond.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what time it was.
Uh-huh.
And so I said, Alexa, what? And I got real quiet. And the dude, like 3 aisles over, goes, he absolutely knew what I was doing.
But
I've done that too because I've been in my mom and dad's house to be like, "Hey, lights off." Oh fuck! And then I get up like an asshole.
You're like, oh, I'm still living in the past here. Gotta get up and do it manually.
I found out though that if you go to the, I know this is like a very specific discussion for people who don't have them, but if you go to
$50, get one, please.
if you go to the skills section of it, and you could actually add skills to the Alexa to learn. So like I added the 7-minute workout to it, so you could be like, Alexa, start 7-minute workout. Sorry. And it'll do this thing where it's like, okay, you're gonna start with jumping jacks. Ready? When you're ready, say ready, and you'll go ready, and she'll go like 3, 2, 1, go. And then it adds the most hilarious commentary in between, where like you finish a sentence, she goes, "You're looking so fabulous."
Does it really?
And when you're doing a plank, she's like, "Stiff as a board," and like all these like different really funny commentary things. You should try it.
I'm definitely going to try it. My favorite feature on that product, let's just say Echo instead of the
I think that might trigger it though.
If some people, you can set it up to answer to Amazon Echo or the other
Or
name.
the name.
But it comes default the other name, which is weird because that's not in like any of the branding for the product. The name is different than the product. The product is an Amazon Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
And
interesting.
in case anyone does not know what this is, it's a voice activated like assistant that lives in your house from Amazon.
Jarvis, basically.
They really beat Google to the punch on that Google Home, didn't they? Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody has an Alexa.
Google Home just had the best.
People are gonna hate us for this fucking
Google Home
podcast.
just had the best guerrilla marketing when they had that Twitch stream.
Twitch
with
thing,
the two,
yeah.
The two homes talking to each other.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Have you ever used the Echo Simon Says feature?
Yep.
That's great, especially if you have a remote for it.
Aaron made
You
a
can
great.
do it from a different room.
I heard about
You
a
just
guy
talk
that
to.
did
I
that.
talk to the kids with the Echo.
Yeah.
Aaron made a great Instagram video. It's like I got it for him for Christmas last year, I think.
You guys can just mute your microphones
And
your Echoes.
he made a video of himself going, "Blank, who is Blaine Gibson?" And then he like cut it in a way where he did like a whip pan over to the Alexa, and he did like a Simon Says thing that went, "Blaine Gibson is a internet personality who makes videos and is lonely and sad," or something like that.
He went back to himself and he's like, "Oh."
Yeah, it's on his Instagram.
I have to
You'll
admit,
pull it up.
when we first got the Echo, I could ask it, "Who is Bernie Burns?" and it would read my Wikipedia entry. I don't know why. I wouldn't do it the last time I tried it because I just do this every morning if I can. No, but I did it, like totally did it to impress my kids. That was like such a sad, egotistical
Do you
thing.
have it read the change log to your Wikipedia entry every morning, like just to see what changed overnight?
Yeah.
While
In
you
case
were asleep?
anybody like updated like what I'm up to with my storied career.
Tries it tomorrow. It's like, "Hey, he sucks, chode." You're like, what?
That's a really good
Yeah, it
point.
could be like a learned behavior that you like teach it to say something when you ask something.
I'd like to say Thomas Marchbanks, thanks for the suggestion of saying, "Alexa, order $1 Million butt card game." So we'll see what happens there.
Let me read this thing right here. want to say thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to create a website or online store. They have beautiful, award-winning designer templates, 24/7 customer service, and domains. If you've been thinking about starting your own website or online store, start your free trial today at squarespace.com/roosterteeth. Enter offer code roosterteeth. Get 10% off your first purchase. Make your next move with Squarespace. Thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. You should have a website, and it's a really easy way to do it right there. Squarespace. Big fan.
Yes, we all know when Frank was on here, we need a portable mic. That was not a good situation. We have to give the person who's coming up and saying hello to us a portable mic.
Do we even have a portable mic here?
We might have a microphone or two somewhere.
We used to do that
It's a
sidecar
possibility.
thing, and then it's just died.
That's
Well,
how
because
you
we
got
do the
your whole
podcast
start.
at 7:30 at night our time. Like Barbara and I were sitting around for an hour just staring at each other, waiting for 7:30.
Literally
to come around.
staring at each other.
Just so we right across from the table, just like.
I was watching Terrace House.
oh,
what are you watching?
yeah.
Terrorist House?
Terrace House.
I just told Gus about this show because I think he would love it.
You're
more
the
than
second person.
anybody.
Who else told me? Was it
Peyton.
Elise?
It's probably Peyton.
It's a show on Netflix.
It's a show on Netflix that I only heard about from Peyton. It's like Big Brother, but it takes place in Tokyo, and it's so incredibly Japanese. Everyone is so nice. to
It's
each
like
other.
Big Brother, but they can leave the house.
They they're given an automobile as
Yeah.
well, and it's like most of them I guess have never lived in a house that big. So like the entire first episode is them just talking about how nice the house is and how excited they are to
live with them.
to live with each other.
You went on a video posting spree on like Miles'
Oh, yeah.
Twitter, and I watched all those videos. Like Alana and I stayed up until like way past midnight just watching these videos.
Did you watch the hamburger challenge?
Alana, who lives in San Francisco?
Did I post that?
She was here.
She was visiting. for 2
Yeah,
weeks.
but she's not here now. She went back.
The guys who have to go and order popular hamburger combos.
Most popular combo.
No,
Just
I
wanna
didn't
make
watch
him sad.
that one
Okay.
because I don't think it was in the thread. But I will watch that.
Yeah, that's the best one.
The one I don't know if you talked about this on the podcast, but the guy that hadn't talked to his wife and whatever.
That was so weird. He didn't talk to his wife in 10 years, I think.
and the kids wanted them to talk to each other.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so strange. That's such a like.
Did you hear about
was
this?
that
I
Japan?
watched the video because Gus posted it. It's sad, and it has to be fake.
I don't
There's
think
no
it
way
is.
you could not talk to someone for that amount of time. That was horrifying.
I mean, it sounded like
That was horrifying.
The kids were being like really genuine about it.
Oh,
Like,
the
it seemed-
oldest daughter was
Bawling.
bawling
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
So
But it doesn't make sense though because I did the math, and if he stopped talking to his wife after like the second child, or maybe was it the first child,
He said after the first child. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
he still had to have sex with her. What was that like?
I thought about that too.
Like they just. How did she know?
Glorious.
Like I wonder
Right,
if like
Gus?
do you think she
It's like a nice silent bang.
do you think she like came
I
into
would
the
have a
bedroom
band
and he
called
was
Silent
like just erect on the bed and she's like, I guess it's time for this. But it's like, did he even make any grunting sounds?
Why
Or
did-
would that be considered talking?
Or make
know?
eye contact for
How
that
would we
reason?
know?
She wasn't even looking. Like he
They
didn't
weren't
even
looking
look
at each
her.
other. Yeah, it was kind of.
It was
depressing.
really weird. Yeah, like they filmed them like, oh, do you want juice or anything? No reaction.
Nothing.
It's like your driver.
Yeah.
It's like no reaction at all.
It was as if she was like a ghost,
Yeah.
and he didn't even know she was there.
so weird.
He was like watching Bruce Willis.
You think the ways that people initiate sex in all cultures are the same? Pretty much the same?
Oh, you mean like hitting him in the head with the?
Like just humping their leg or whatever, that kind of thing. I wonder if it's like we don't do something that's more obvious that they do in other cultures.
What's your thing? How do you initiate?
Yeah. What do you do?
Well, our relationship we're at 4.5 years at this point, so we're not quite at the point, but we're getting pretty close to that point where you're a very long-term relationship where you're just like, hey, are we having sex tonight? That's the best.
Yeah.
We're almost there. It's like I'm going up to bed. It's like, oh wait a second, are we having sex? Are we doing that tonight?
I
Yes.
usually have to make that decision before I eat dinner
Why?
because I usually eat too much when
Gassy?
I eat. No, I just like
Barbara, you're so weird.
You know-
Wait a minute. So you have to determine before you eat dinner if you're gonna have sex or not, and if you're not gonna have sex, you just what, like gorge yourself?
yeah. Well, it's like when you eat a lot and you drink a lot. You know when you like move around, you like hear the sloshing in your
Sloshing?
stomach.
Yeah.
That ruins everything.
What do you have for dinner every night? Pho or ramen? Every night she's having
Clam chowder.
chicken noodle soup every night.
I drink a lot of water,
That's
and there's nothing more unsexy than hearing.
Maybe for you.
fine. Would anybody be deterred by that? No,
No.
you'd be fine.
No, it's like a waterbed.
Yeah. Look, get out. Get the fuck out. So how do you do? What's your initiation move, Blaine?
You just hit her in the head with your dick.
She's sitting on the couch playing video games, so just go. I don't want to talk.
She's a lovely woman, by the way.
She's great, and that's why I'm not going to talk about it.
Don't kiss
Okay.
and tell.
Fair enough. You probably, who knows if you even have had relations.
I just lift my
whoa,
shirt
Who
up.
knows?
Hey,
Who knows?
no.
You like a
I just
bat
want to bring
signal?
up, but she does a great job of like not being sexualized in her profession, which I'm, proud of and stuff. So
I get it. It's crosshairs, man. It's crosshairs. I get it. You want to tell us about yours? Because we know Barbara's way to initiate is just don't eat soup.
you just move the dogs outside, right?
No, the dogs can watch. That's fine.
What? I had a relationship with a girl who had her dog, and it had to be on the bed
This is what it's like to be on a date with
Had
Barbara.
to be.
because
Can I do my impression of it being on a date with Barbara? Was it a good date with Barbara? Is if you're the date and we're on a date together, and the waiter comes and goes, "What would you like?" And Barbara says, "I'd like the salad." You know you're getting lucky. You know it. She eats light. You know you're set. I'll just have an appetizer tonight.
I'll have a single cube of cheese.
now anytime like you, me, and Aaron are hanging out and you're eating light, I'll be like,
So
Come
wait.
on, Aaron.
I got to rewind here. You were with a girl who had to have her dog on the bed?
Yeah, let's talk about
yes.
this.
Okay, so
Sorry, I just had to do the Barbara impression. I didn't mean to cut you off.
this is
Also,
not
like-
Alana, by the way. This is a girl from a few years ago. I brought her to a holiday party.
That's the only way.
Anyways,
That's the way it looks to me.
she
I've never seen it any other way. That's true.
she had a dog, and it was a really cute dog. I can't remember what his name was though. Anyways,
Benjamin.
no. So I'm not cheating on Gus's wife. So we start things up. We move the dog out to the living room. It's distracted.
Secondary.
We start doing things, and then the dog comes in. So then we stop, move the dog outside. We close the door. Just like scratching on the door and barking, and it's like it was to the point where it was just so distracting. So then we're just like, so we stop. She gets out. She lets the dog in, and then I was just like, I was already weirded out at that point.
Yeah.
So we continue, and then the dog is at the side of the bed, just like looking at me, and just like, ah.
I wanted
then
to play with your chew
and
toys.
she was like, I'm so sorry. And she lifted the dog up, and the dog was like right there, and I felt its cold little nose.
Oh,
And it was just like, it's just hanging out.
that's the best. Sorry.
But I don't even know why the dog wanted to be up there, because it's just like,
What do you mean why the dog wanted to be up there? Dog wants in on the action.
Yeah.
it was terrible.
So did you punt the dog? Is that what you did?
I mean, I just had to deal with it, It was either that or not have the fun.
Guys, I know we've talked about this years ago on the podcast, but I have to do this survey. There's two surveys I have to do with people. Well, there's way more than two, but the big one I do now is the Westworld Android thing. That people go friggin' nuts about.
Okay.
At what point is
Cheating.
We talked about this at the New Year's party too.
It was. We talk about it all the time. But here's what I want to ask is there's an average amount of time that you have sex on a regular basis, and everyone has a different amount of time that counts as sex. What I'm always curious is, when does the clock start? On how long? Like, we had sex for, whatever. We had sex for half an hour. Let's just say.
Genitals come into play, I'm assuming.
What's that?
After
come into play?
first insertion.
Is it insertion? We got insertion. That's
Yeah,
one answer.
I'll go with that.
A vague insertion, like it could be.
Go ahead.
Like it could be either or
Yeah. Or whoop.
What?
I
of
would
course.
think it would be like
most important one.
anal or vaginal or whatever you're doing.
Be oral too.
I think oral's like the warming up.
I'm with Barbara. That's
feel like-
foreplay.
I feel like the clock starts when the guy's getting stroked.
But it's oral what?
Oral
Sex.
Yeah, but I guess it's like
No.
I
with Barbara.
think of
So
like
Bill
I'm with
Clinton did
Barbara.
not have relations with that woman.
okay. I mean, it's like that's oral sex is a form of sex, but it's like when you like, oh yeah, we
I
had
don't want to go
sex.
on a record saying.
We had sex for half
wanna
an
use
hour.
it against
Usually, to me, that means like we were thrusting for half an hour. Because it's like your foreplay could last for X amount of time. I usually don't count that
I'll
into.
switch mine up to insertion of this sort.
Insertion in the lower region.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blaine just basically did a dance when he said that. He just rubbed his own hips, and that was it. So insertion, that's when it starts. Then
don't
then
lie.
you can click the stopwatch
Yes.
and rate yourself.
See if you can get a new record.
You ever do
Why
that?
do you
Do you
ask?
ever check the clock? Do you
Yeah.
ever, do you,
It's a little,
you don't?
it's a little pride thing. Oh wow, went for that long, huh?
I'm glad to hear somebody else does that.
Yeah.
You probably don't check the
I
clock.
look at the clock.
Do you really?
Not for intercourse though. I usually look at the
Go ahead.
clock when if I'm like going down on someone. I
Got
look
you.
at the clock when I start, and I look at the clock when I end, and I go,
Well, you're going for a shorter time, right?
not necessarily.
You're going for a longer time.
Yeah.
That you're trying to like.
Be my record.
Okay, what you mean you
Go for a
want
longer
longer
time.
record?
Yeah,
Really?
What's your record?
45 minutes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Your jaw's gonna lock up at that point.
You serious?
Mhm.
Okay. It's pretty impressive. It's impressive on somebody's part. 45 minutes?
Yeah.
That's
Take your time.
I would think that in terms of time dilation, for an activity that you're doing, there's the black hole in Interstellars. You're like going around the outside of it. There's fucking running on a treadmill and watching the numbers tick up. And then blowjob's got to be in there.
Yeah, it's
somewhere.
In there. It's in there.
Although, I mean, I don't feel like going the other way when I'm going down on somebody like Gus. I don't feel like the clock's not running in my head ever. Like I'm not.
I feel like it's.
You're just saying that because Ashley's here now.
What? Hi, Ash. Is she really? Hi, Ash. Sorry. I didn't even see you sitting
Jenkins,
over
you
there.
got a nice ride, dude.
How are you doing there?
I think he's a beast.
Do you ever check the
I
clock?
said something else.
No, she doesn't do it. She's a regular person.
Well, are you doing it for joy, or is there an objective? It's like the quicker I can get this.
Well, I mean, it's nice when
You're
it's
goal oriented, right?
quicker.
You, Blaine?
Yes.
Yeah, you're
it's like how many I can
you're going
get,
for the goal
and-
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not like I got it and then I'm done.
Well, I feel like
It's
there's
like how many I can get.
even like with sex, there's two. There's obviously more than this, but there's two, I think, big types of sex or like pleasuring you could do with a partner. It's either like very slow and intimate where you
Get
really
that?
take your time, or like, we're fucking horny, let's just do this and get it over
Business.
with.
Yeah.
So it's like there's two aspects.
Totally get that.
Yeah.
Totally get that. But I feel like most of the time it's flipped though. Like I think most people would set their record for how fast they were, not how long they for I think for oral sex. But
Yeah. I mean, when I was younger with a younger boyfriend, it was like
Ah.
35 seconds.
Jesus, Blaine just spit
Everywhere.
all the way across
Sorry.
on me. That was fucking awesome. So we Ashley and I had a funny conversation yesterday or the day before where we were talking about ones that got away, like people in our lives that kind of got away.
Seems like
exes
a
and
weird
stuff like that.
That's not a
discussion to
funny
be having with your
conversation at all.
fiance.
Okay, that's interesting you say that because we had a conversation about that as well. Is it weird to talk to your current significant other about exes that you've had in the past?
I think if you're talking in a way where it's like the person that got away, because then it's almost like you regret not being
Yeah.
with them.
Well, I was just I get what you're saying there, but I mean, it's not just kind of reality.
I don't feel weird talking about my exes, but I feel weird talking about like my current boyfriend's exes.
You feel weird
One-way
talking about
street.
Well, it's because
you're worried there's gonna be overlap.
I guess it's weird because like every breakup I have, I'm still friends with those people. It was never like a really bad breakup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and his are all like horrifying. They're just
I mean, people have different experiences. I don't want to speak for him or anything like that.
So what's your problem with talking about his exes?
I just hate them all. They're
Oh.
they're bitches.
Oh, really? Is that like a jealousy protective thing
Maybe.
of exes?
Yeah.
Okay, fair play. But we were talking about how and then we got basically on the topic of like first loves or whatever that just like you drifted apart or whatever. And there was a girl from high school, and I was thinking about it. There's a girl from high school where she moved away and she went to Atlanta in our junior year of high school, and I had always liked her, and she moved away to Atlanta, and that was it. And Ash is like, well, why didn't you look her up? And I was like, because I couldn't. I had no way to, like when she moved to Atlanta. This was 1990.
No Facebook.
There's
or
no
anything like that.
Facebook. There was no really internet. There was like maybe some early like BBS and CompuServe stuff.
CompuServe some shit.
But
yeah.
she was gone. Like the way I would find out where she was, I remember her parents' name, and I would have to call information in Atlanta, like on the phone, 411, and try to find her phone number. That would be literally the only way I could try to contact her. And then if I found out what her address was, I could write her a letter.
Yeah, could you
That sounds like
could you go to the library and request a copy of the phone book for Atlanta and look her up?
right.
Yeah.
It's just so weird how in my lifetime how much that sounds antiquated now, like crazy antiquated. And that was
sounds
my
stalkerish.
Yeah.
Like the methods that you used to use to find someone. If you were to tell someone that now, like, yeah, you call someone or you look them up in a book, be like, what are you, crazy? Just type their name on the internet. Like, that's somehow more socially acceptable now.
Yeah, well, I mean, now socially acceptable is you can stalk people on social media. Like you go and you stalk their social media presence, either
Yeah.
Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat or whatever, or Instagram. And if you ever like are stalking someone on Instagram, you just keep your hands off everything because anything you touch like sends a like.
Instagram is now at least you could zoom on photos. Before, if you tried to do that, it would just like it, and you'd be like, "Fuck!"
Wait, you can zoom on photos on Instagram now?
Yeah, you could do the.
Don't even try it. It's a
No, you
trap,
can't.
dude. They'll change it and it'll be a trap. Do you know what the equivalent of that pre-internet, what that was of stalking people on social media?
Stalking.
Yearbooks? No, no
Real
idea.
stalking.
This is a real thing. This was a common thing that people did. They would drive by someone they liked. They would drive by their house, either on their bike or in their car.
Yeah.
Like it's the same kind of thing, which sounds super creepy when you say it now.
Frank, are you over there? Can you hear me? Oh, I've got a follow-up question. Were you in the car the time we drove by that girl's house and John threw something out the window?
What did he throw out the window?
What did he say?
Oh, we got a mic coming in. Frank, what was thrown out the window?
It was a dead chicken with something on it in a plastic bag.
There was this
It
girl
was like
he
a-
liked, and he had gone to like this witch doctor to make a love potion. You're in the-
Oh, like a Santeria thing?
yeah,
Like
to make like a love potion. And then
this.
they gave him this dead chicken in a bag
Yeah.
or some shit, and he had to throw it into her yard. But he didn't tell us he was going to do this.
didn't tell us, yeah.
So he's in the backseat of the car.
And
He's like, slow down, slow down. He rolls down the window and fucking throws it. He's like, go, go, go.
Yeah.
And you guys had no idea.
We're like, what the fuck?
We had no idea. We were basically thinking we were involved in a drive-by shooting or something. So,
Oh my God.
So we freaked out and we had to just like take off. And like, John, what did you do? And
How did he
then
get in the car with the offering and
He,
you didn't
had
notice?
it in a backpack.
Okay.
He put it in a backpack down in
You
the
didn't
back
smell
seat,
it?
and then like, no, it was like tied or something. I forget, but yeah, it was in a plastic bag, like I said. So it
Why would
wasn't
he not
just,
tell you that he was going to do that?
Because it's fucking crazy.
So
crazy.
why did he
And it's
do
also
that?
crazy to do it. I mean, just that's the fact that he even did it. Period. Neglect the fact that he didn't tell you. Just that he
right.
did it is insane.
This girl found a
Yeah.
dead chicken in her yard.
Oh yeah, and I think she called the cops on him or something. Like she found out later somehow who did it, and like the police came. And, like, had to talk to him. And, like you can't do that. Like that's not cool. man.
I used to ride my bike by.
I'm glad you're here. I forgot
Who's
what
happening?
I had a crush on a guy throughout elementary school and high school. I used to ride by his house on my bike because he was in the
that's
same
thing
neighborhood as me.
That's the thing you recognize, right? That,
Yeah,
that's people
absolutely.
did
That's
it.
the thing.
Because I invited Jeff to the party, but he had to go out of town. And he was like, I said, hey, I'm having a party on New Year's. And he replied back, I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be in Paris. And he goes, but thanks for the invitation. I go, that wasn't an invitation. I was just telling you I'm having a party. I just want to let you know about it. He goes, oh, then I'm going to drive by slowly in my car.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I was like, I don't know. I hadn't thought about that in years. Like, that was a thing. It's referenced in John Hughes movies and stuff like that, driving by someone's house.
But that's like normal like kid stuff. I mean, you don't then take it a step farther normally and say I'm gonna do Santeria now and like cast a
Apparently,
spell.
some people do.
Except
Sorry.
some people like John, yeah.
So did they get together? Or?
No, that
They had
story
chicken
did
at
not
their
end
wedding?
up with
Teddy is
with a
writing
happy
me
ending.
stuff. What is he doing? Hold on a second. I can see what this kid's
So yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Frank.
Thanks,
yeah, you're
Frank.
welcome.
Thanks for showing us how crazy you
Teddy
guys
has
were.
been playing the hell out of FTL lately.
Oh, fuck.
playing
I'll
on
go
New
through
Year's.
bursts where I pick up FTL. Right now, I picked up Diablo 3 again for some reason. I've been playing the fuck out of Diablo 3.
He just got a glaive beam. I don't know what that is.
I just played the
All right.
Titanfall 2 campaign last night. It was a lot of fun.
It's
Fallout
great,
2?
dude.
Titanfall.
Oh, Timefall 2. Yeah, Timefall 2 is great.
Very enjoyable.
Probably the most underappreciated game of 2016.
Why did EA
From a sales
release it
perspective.
at the same time as Battlefield then? It's just ridiculous.
I mean, they say that they thought there were different markets.
No, they're shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good game. I highly recommend it.
Hey, where's that mic? Can we go to Ashley? Because Ashley pointed something out to me, and I want to bring it up to you guys. I want to point out the max min temperature thing. Do you have that screenshot? So Ashley, we were looking because it's been fucking freezing in Austin these
cooler
last
somewhere else.
20 days.
Dropped to 22 the other day, didn't it?
Okay, we're about to say a temperature on the internet, so just everyone prepare
No,
themselves.
Everyone's gonna respond.
We don't give a fuck what your temperature is where you live.
We're just
Don't tweet us.
Thank you, Blaine.
Wow, that was
Sorry.
aggressive, dude.
Sorry.
That was like tagging them.
Yeah,
all.
or Blaine's going to mute the conversation and walk away.
Just mute Blaine's mic on the podcast.
I was making a pithy joke, and it got super fucking dark thanks to Blaine. But it was about got down to like 24 degrees in Austin. That's very cold for Austin, well below freezing.
colder somewhere else.
On the Fahrenheit. It's cold everywhere. It's just a cold temperature.
Cold temperature.
It's a cold temperature. And Ashley pointed out she had on her phone. We were looking up temperatures for the following days to figure out if we had to cover our plants. Ashley, you've been planting
Succulents.
succulents. She loves saying the word.
Begonias.
I thought you were gonna say sake, and I was just like, how do you plant that?
Come here, Ash. How you doing, baby?
Hi.
How are
Do
you?
I get to sit down here too?
Yeah, do it like Frank did it. He's established now the routine. There's Ashley.
Awkward. Shouldn't
This
sit
is
with
this is home version. Ashley.
By the way, I
Hi.
found out after Ashley's
version.
11 Little Roosters thing was posted, I found out that Ashley has her own subreddit. And it's
have your own
actually
subreddit?
fairly active. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Congratulations.
Was it? What is it? Slash?
What?
Is it slash Ashley or Ashley Jenkins? Or
it's Ashley Jenkins.
Yeah.
I wonder who has our Ashley.
find out.
I don't know. Maybe it's that.
Probably
Dick,
Ashley Madison.
maybe it's the same dick bag that has it on Twitter.
It's a private
Guess who has our
subreddit.
Barbara?
You got it?
Hey.
Barbara?
I mean, I didn't get it. Someone else got it.
And they gave it to you?
Actually, Jenkins,
Someone,
look at
I mean,
that.
someone started it.
Oh, you mean
567
the
readers.
Barbara subreddit is the Barbara Dunkelman focused one. Hey, look at you.
Yeah.
Agent Jinx.
Okay, so here's the min-max thing. And she was asking me this question when she was looking at her phone. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Explain to us what we're looking at here, and someone explain why this can possibly be.
Okay, so the weather's been really weird. It keeps going nice and warm and it keeps getting really cold. So this is from yesterday where the high was 51 and the low was 37. So theoretically that means up to midnight, 37 is the coldest it's going to get.
Right.
And then after midnight, the next day starts and that's when you start counting.
Or the
So-
highest you get was 51.
Right. Yeah, the lowest it would get is 37. The highest it would get until midnight could be 51.
I see. I see where you're
The
going.
next
However, then midnight hits and suddenly it's fucking 56.
Like-
well, I think
So I
it's-
think the day warmed up throughout the day, so the high was probably right before midnight.
does,
but you're right.
but
It still
how
jumped
does
5
that-
degrees at
day,
midnight.
still jump 5 degrees.
I thought it just shows
Because
you.
56 is the low still.
Right. So
Like,
it-
what's the temperature range on today that it could possibly be at 11:59 to then be 56 degrees?
right.
But is
Or
that-
higher on Monday.
Does it go to midnight, or is it showing you just the next 24
midnight.
hours?
It's midnight.
I think the low temperature is the low temperature of the day, the
Yeah.
predicted low temperature. But they should catch that. And we noticed in our weather app, it's like that all over the place.
It should be like an algorithm that catches that. It's
Right.
like, no, that's wrong.
The range of temperatures from the previous day is lower than the low
There's got to be
temperatures.
something that they use, like it starts at like 7 o'clock in the morning or something like
Math.
that.
Math. This is also cedar season in Austin, when our cedar trees just fucking
Right now, I feel like a Gus pet right now.
jizz everywhere.
Good, Ashley. Yes.
It's really creepy.
Ashley's working her tush off this week because
You want to be my Jabba?
when Caden's out,
Yeah, Caden's out.
why is she out? What's up? Vacation? Can we say?
taking the week off to help Val with a new store that they opened, an online store. I think it might like an Etsy maybe.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's already super successful. So they've got a lot of stuff they need to make.
Damn, that's a lot of vacation time. Because I assume she was off for Christmas and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
And MLK's coming up.
MLK
MLK?
and President's Day,
And my birthday is coming up, and Chris Damaris' birthday.
the 18th.
Oh,
Chris's birthday?
We're on the same day.
18th. Yeah, we
So
should celebrate on
that
the podcast.
little
with Chris's
fucker.
birthday.
Yeah, we have. I hate sharing my birthday with Chris. I'm gonna come clean. I fucking hate that.
Why?
I don't know.
Because it's someone else, or because it's Chris?
It's Chris. I mean, it's just like, what the fuck?
Wait, you leaving? Where are you going?
I was trying to make a stealthy exit.
We're going to talk about your subreddit.
Oh no.
Why?
So, but I did identify, because we had so many couples at the New Year's party, I identified a phenomenon where we have a lot of really great couples. Barbara, you and Aaron, fantastic couple. Ashley and I, fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Right
great
there,
couple.
I'm with you, baby.
Me and Gus.
Don't
Blaine
worry.
Alana?
You're almost as
Great
good.
couple.
Bleh.
Temperature clarification
Yes,
coming from Patrick.
yes.
According to news website, low is taken around sunrise. Posted low represents early morning temperature, and the high is for the afternoon.
Really? There we go.
So-
Okay. But I feel like whenever I've checked the weather app, the low always matches to like the
Right.
mid morning, like 3 a.m. temperature, what it is. So what I've noticed is we have a lot of great couples
Yeah.
at Rooster Teeth. And don't say anything. Don't say anything, because this is a game we're going to play. Everyone thinks that one couple is the best couple at Rooster Teeth. Think about it for a second in your head. Do you know who I'm talking about? Do you guys?
I know who's not.
Who's not? Like,
Whoa.
like the cutest couple, when they post stuff on social media, you're like, oh, you just love this couple.
No one.
Michael and Lindsay?
Really? To everyone I asked previously, everyone had the same answer.
Who?
Adam and Grace.
Oh, they're pretty cute.
Yeah. They're just a super cute couple. 'Cause they're
They're,
always
well,
doing,
it's also very genuine with them.
and they're doing cosplay stuff or
Right,
whatever.
The rest of us are faking it, but they're very genuine.
You think genuine? I've never seen her have a straight face in a photo. I feel like she's always doing some big like
Ellis's life changed whenever he started dating Grace. Like, he has been the happiest, most jolliest
Yeah.
guy ever
He was-
since
he was
a
happy
sack of
before?
shit
No, he was.
before.
He was super nice and stuff like that. But he was like kind of down on himself.
see-
and like,
you could see a
he's-
difference.
Yeah, there was like a difference. It's just like
like
she brought
negative.
so much joy into his life. Not that
Yeah.
he wasn't a happy guy before, but like
people love.
I
Adam
am
Ellis and
offended
Grace.
that you didn't say me and Aaron. I can get past it.
I
for
don't
now,
honestly
but-
don't
it's not
understand your
your
relationship.
fault. It's just Aaron's a piece of shit.
I go out with Barbara. We went out with Barbara and Aaron for dinner over the break, and they showed up in different cars, and that was really weird to me.
Oh, well, we don't live together.
I know, but it was weird to me. Like, I don't know. because when I see you guys, you're always together.
Mm-hmm.
So when we go out as couples and you show up separately, that was weird to me.
I mean, we usually meet up somewhere and take one car, but we were lazy that night.
Gus, sorry, we went out to dinner. We didn't invite you because there was no vodka there. So, all right, you wouldn't have been happy. I think we invited Blaine, but Blaine
didn't
was
because
sad
he was
burrito.
all sad.
Oh, is that noodles night?
Yeah,
That was noodles night.
ramen.
Yeah. No, her flight actually got changed. She was able to stay another night.
And you still didn't come.
Yeah, we wanted to hang out and eat
Well,
hamburgers.
he might have.
Oh, nice one, Ash. Good pickup.
You know what happens?
And how
pick out.
long?
You know what happens if you eat too much soup?
What happens? Oh, you get
Yeah, we
sloshy?
did not have sex that night.
All right. Well,
Had too much ramen.
let's wrap this up.
Love and Little Roosters is coming out soon.
Yes,
Little
let's
Roosters.
talk about that for a
Next-
second.
check it
So,
out.
We should talk about that.
one of the big things about 11 Little Roosters, it's driving us fucking insane right now. Insane is there's a couple of things that drive us
Insane in the
nuts. You just want to make shit that's easy to do, and you just put it out there, and people enjoy it. The first thing is, and this is not related to 11 Little Roosters, is the first thing is geo-blocking. So when you make a video available, and it has like licensed footage in it or something, and then somebody from a different country watches it, that goes, "This video has been blocked in your country." The person was like, "You motherfuckers, you blocked this in my country." It's like, no, your country's
Rooster Teeth
laws don't allow us to show it there. That's what they should change what that fucking means.
Right.
Like, due to laws in Germany, they can't show this fucking video. Like, we have had to block videos in Germany because of Nazi content or something like that, for instance. It's
music
true.
sometimes.
And music.
Germany's crazy for music.
Music's super hard in Germany. So that's just kind of to explain what we're dealing with right now in 11 Little Roosters. The other thing that's super fucking difficult and way overregulated, I got to be honest, is contests online. And we're just trying to figure out how we can do a fun contest for our members. And it's like, once we touch other countries, it goes nuts. Even every fucking state in the U.S., there's some of them that's just like, you are not running a contest
Like
in
some of
our
them you
state.
can't do on like over a $500 prize pack or anything like that without
All
getting
different.
some type of thing signed. Or
All different. Or if it's a game of chance in any way, like if chance can be introduced in any way, you can't do it, period, in this state.
They don't want to like some gambling loophole.
And yeah, or like, and exactly. But like chance is like someone could watch the video at a different time than somebody else. So we are working our tails off, trying to figure out how to do contests with 11 Little Roosters. We'll figure something out, but we're gonna have to come up with a solution because this we're just in run around, Gus.
In the
If
very
you-
least, it'll be a very good show, and you're gonna love it. So.
If you make the prize a lap dance from Blaine.
That has
that
retail
might
value.
have monetary value.
Yeah, that
Really?
is-
Because who would pay for that?
Some people, maybe.
Invaluable and worthless are pretty much the same thing.
It's a really
What about both CIA agents?
Both.
What are you talking about?
What?
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, Ashley and the other CIA agents is what I'm talking about. She was been do your things out. What if both the CIA agents?
I have to
We have
learn
another
how to,
CIA agent?
I have to learn how to twerk.
I don't know what you're talking about, Blaine.
The first members are watching this. It'll be up by the time this comes tomorrow.
Okay.
I ruined
that
it.
what it's-
See, this is why we can't have contests because I will get on the fucking podcast and I will ruin
And
something.
you're gonna ruin it. I actually
You're in the trailer, for Christ's sake.
the original trailer.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Well, things have changed.
All right.
holsters
Thanks for
now.
watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next
It's a
week
really good show.
when 11 Little Roosters premieres.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.